Ahoy there! What brings you to Graveyard Isle? Well, I'm just waiting on another guest. Let me tell you what they're up to. Last time, the investigators remained split up with Galen, Robert, and Katrina visiting the godmother at the inn. Galen and Robert talked business with her and arranged an invitation to dinner later that night. They gathered as much information as they could about the Admonson family in the interview, even as the godmother tried to learn more details about them. She seemed to know more about the society and their past investigations. When they asked about the tattoos and the associated cult, she claimed it was part of her past because of her late husband, and that she no longer has any ties to the group. Meanwhile, Katrina stayed in the dining area at the inn to get to know the brothers Pete and Pace, who turned out to be rather stubborn and stupid. Just as Katrina was making headway, she was interrupted by Zacharias, the third brother. He proved to be suave and flirtatious, and he invited Katrina to dinner as well. Off on her own, Constance decided to poke around the warehouse. She teleported inside using her magical amulet and found a necklace of prayer beads, a dried blood stain, and a mysterious puddle of water with traces of magic. Zacharias nearly spotted her when he entered, but she managed to hide and exit quietly. She left a report for the rest of her team on their ship and set off for Graveyard Isle to talk to the drunken sailor Orvar. And this is where the story continues. All right, good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome back to our next episode of Vaesen. We hope you all had a lovely week, and we are back to do some exciting mysteries on the high seas tonight. So welcome, everybody. Before we jump into any more about the story tonight, let's talk about the awesome players we have with us this evening. We'll go ahead. We'll start the usual order, starting with Bill. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you, where you can be found on the internet, and tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Bill. You can check out Escape This Podcast if you want to hear me and my partner and various guests play through audio escape rooms. You can check out Solve This Murder if you want to just see me and my partner solving murder mysteries. They're great fun, two very good podcasts for you to listen to, if I do say so myself. I'm playing Galen Fuskera, who is a Swedish academic. And this ties into my Galen fun fact today, which is fun fact, recently Galen has been mailing back and forth and occasionally seeing in person because he's just down the road in Stockholm with a young Alfred Nobel who is busy being like, hey man, what do you think about dynamite? And he's like, it's pretty good. He's like, yeah, I think I'm going to make dynamite. That's most of the conversation they have. And Alfred Nobel has convinced Galen of that it's important to contribute to science and science sponsorship, and he's been so insistent and so interesting with his ideas that actually in this alternate universe, very soon you'll be seeing the Fuskera prizes, not the Nobel prizes, because he beats him to the punch because he dies first and leaves the money in his will to start the Fuskera prizes. And so in this alternate universe, there is no Nobel Prize, but you can win the Galen Peace Prize. Obama in this world, Obama wins the Galen Peace Prize. So it's important.
Praise.
So that's the fun fact for Galen Fuskera.
That's amazing.
Perfect.
Love it. Thank you, Bill. Pleasure as always. Em, why don't you tell us about yourself and about your character, Katrina?
Gosh, I was not prepared. Hi, my name is Em. I am part of the Level 1 Geek team who is just deeply obsessed with TTRPGs. I am playing Katrina. She is just the coolest older lady you'll ever run into. She is just badass, retired from the military, very prim, proper. She likes cleanliness, and just love lost lady. She's never found that person. But her fun fact today, because she does have one somewhere lurking around in my brain, is that she came from a family of military people, right? Except for her mother. Her mother married into this life and actually gave her the empathy to understand what the people who are left behind feel. And because of that, she has a great fondness for letters. And she tends to write a lot of them to the families of people that didn't make it back, people that she worked with. So, one of her most consuming pastimes is sitting down and checking in with all of these people. So, she has about 30 love letter, like pen pals, that she'll write back and forth with at just all hours of the night. And that's it.
So
Wonderful.
good. I love it. Thank you very much, Katrina. Or M/Katrina. Awesome. Next we've got Tori. Tori, why don't you tell us about yourself and your character, Constance?
Hello, I'm Tori Fika. I live here at Level 1 Geek with you lovely folks. I'm playing Constance Doyle tonight and every night. She's the private investigator of this crew and is currently off on her own doing her own side of the investigating. Hopefully that doesn't end up being troublesome. And also, thanks for the hype train. Already got a level 2 hype train rolling, so thanks for that. My fun fact today is Constance actually kind of unbeknownst to her helped inspire like future escape magicians like Harry Houdini, who would come a little later than I think where we're presently set in time. But she actually just did this by figuring out how someone had escaped from a particularly, impossible looking situation. And in the course of her investigation, it was an escaped inmate who had a straitjacket and everything, and everyone was like, there's just no way. I mean, it's impossible. And she was able to figure out through her logic and investigation skills exactly how it was done. And the reports of that sort of circulated in the underground and made it back to the magic shops sprouting up around this time and would one day inspire Harry Houdini's famous escapes. So
That's so cool.
Constance's unknown and yet to be realized claim to fame. It's also just me, Tori, having been lately on a very fun YouTube magician rabbit hole over the past several weeks.
Oh, yeah.
That's on my brain these days.
I love it. We're getting intertwined into history tonight. This is great. Thank you, Tori. All right, moving on to last but certainly not least, Matt. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about Robert?
Yeah, my name is Matt. You can find me everywhere as Improv and RPG. And I'm playing Robert, the servant of Galen Fiscara, who prefers to solve things generally with force as opposed to basically anything else. But a fun fact about him is that his penmanship is actually pretty neat and pretty nice. He's worked on it quite a bit. Initially, it was just a messy scrawl, but when he had first made contact with the one that was his love, well, he agreed to become pen pals with her, and she sent the first letter, and he saw how elegant her handwriting was, and he was like, I can't send this. And so what he did was he actually like studied her handwriting to see if he could do his best like copy of it in his attempt at writing her back. So with enough letters exchanged back and forth, eventually he kind of adopted it into his own writing style. And so when he writes anything, it has a certain elegance and grace that does not fit Robert at all.
I love that. So good. Fantastic. And I love that chat said if all else fails, use a cannon, quoted Robert.
Yes, exactly. It sends the clearest message.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you so much, players. That is our awesome group that we have with us tonight. I want to give a few other shout outs before we get going. First of all, I'm Chase. I'm the game master for this campaign. Enough said about me. We also have behind the screens answering all of you in chat, taking care of the chat interactions that you guys are doing is Katie. So she's part of our Level 1 Geek team. Thanks so much for running everything, Katie. Appreciated as always. Also, I want to give a thank you to Knights of the Steel. If you guys look at our awesome character art we have on the corner of our screens here, that is from their app, NPC for Hire. And you guys can download that on the Apple or Android store for free if you want to use some of this awesome art in your home games as well. And a big thank you for letting us use it on our stream because the art looks great. Also, a big thank you to all of you guys. Thank you so much for a hype train already. Thank you so much for all your contributions. And yeah, we've got some fun chat interactions for you guys tonight. I also want to mention before I go over the chat interactions, we're at 699 followers tonight. So if you know somebody that you would like to become famous within the level 1 geek space, they could be our 700th follower. It would be immortalized as that even 100 follow. So
They can be the yellow geek.
the yellow geek. So yeah, if you know somebody,
the yellow geek.
send them
And
over. Have them
we've-
click that follow button.
We've just broken 300 subscribers on our YouTube. So
Nice.
with 700 over here, that would just be a beautiful 1,000 round number, and we can celebrate. somehow.
Yes.
1,000 subscribers / followers. So much love. So thank you all so much. We appreciate you. You guys let us keep doing what we enjoy doing. So thank you so much. Now, as for chat interactions, if you guys would like to try some of our chat interactions, I recommend you do it tonight. This awesome Vaesen playthrough that is coming to the end of its first season here pretty soon. So after this mystery, we're going to be wrapping things up for a season. We have our community goal up right now to either add a villain or an ally to this adventure, and that's going to close after tonight. So if they don't get redeemed, they won't make it. The adversary is awful close. Ally a little further off. Sorry, crew. But yeah, so you guys can add to that with channel points. You guys with your channel points can also add some blessed or cursed dice to the dice pool. You guys can see that in the middle of the screen, we've got blessed and cursed. Blessed dice are just a straight up boon. Our players can take them as extra dice. They can roll them on their rolls. Just helpful, no strings attached. Cursed dice work the exact same way, except if the players succeed on a cursed roll, I get to do something a little bit sinister or crazy or fun if they succeed with the cursed dice. So, it's still helpful, but sometimes maybe not as helpful as harmful. That's the risk they got to take using cursed dice.
To give you guys a sample, in case you weren't here last time, Chase made fish scream at us with the cursed successes last session.
Yeah, dead fish. It was
dead
great.
fish scream with human faces and eyes. It was something.
It was
So
honestly
it's-
horrific.
Yeah, it's adventurous. Cursed dice are a good time. So that's the thing that you guys can toss out. We also have sponsorships. If you guys would like to go over and beyond and either be Patreon subscribers, if you want to subscribe here on Twitch, if you want to throw a few hundred bits our way, you guys can get a sponsorship on the next stream. We will call out your sponsorship by presenting your name as an NPC in the story. Did you have a question, Em?
I just wanted to point out we got that adversary filled.
And it's
Oh,
all
the
Shelby's
adversary
fault.
got
It's
killed.
all Shelby's fault.
Fantastic. Way to go, Shelby.
Ooh.
I love it. How exciting. So that'll be fun. We will see an adversary probably popping up this session.
Right.
So
I feel like we already have so many bad guys as potential bad guys.
what's one more, right?
Maybe we'll finally find out what happened to Paul. Paul is the third brother. Maybe
Pace?
the third triplet.
The third
Is
trip is
Pace
Paul?
gone?
I don't
Paul's the
remember.
one you have not met.
Okay.
Paul comes back
Mm.
and he's an adversary.
And he's bigger than swine.
Oh no!
He comes,
Oh,
yeah,
snap.
can you have them be like Power Rangers villains? Can he leave but come back? But he's 100 feet tall.
No, the triplets are going to combine together into one
Yes,
monster.
yes.
And then we have a
Megatron
use
together.
for the boat.
Oh man.
Oh,
fantastic.
Wade
yeah.
through the oceans, firing
There
in
you
his
go.
kneecaps with a cannon. It's perfect.
You guys are ready to fight a large beast in that warship, so
Yeah.
there we go.
Awesome. So that's what you guys can do to contribute to the session. We love having you guys play along with us as you watch along with us. So thank you so much for all of your support. Even if you do none of those things, thanks for showing up. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for chatting. All of that stuff just helps the algorithm, and it's very enjoyable for all of us and the other chatters. So thank you, everybody. All right. Oh, and one last thank you, of course, to Free League for making this awesome game that we're playing, Vaesen. This is the mystery we're playing today is a mystery from their book called A Wicked Secret and Other Mysteries. I am twisting it to my own flavor to fit our group, and just, as you do with any pre-made adventure, you kind of make it your own as you run it. So but if you guys want awesome adventures like this, A Wicked Secret and Other Mysteries has some awesome stuff. So highly recommend Vaesen, highly recommend that, and thank you, Free League. Okay, I think that's all we've got in terms of things to take care of before we jump into it. We had a recap at the beginning of the session, and before we, if you guys want to catch up further than the recap at the start of the session, we do have all these episodes up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube as well, thank you so much. All those thank yous that just happened also apply to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for clicking like and subscribe, because that's more applicable to YouTube. So we appreciate you as well. And for the rest of you, if you want to catch up on the series, you can catch up to date up on YouTube, and then this episode will be up on Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So before we jump into the current timeline, let's go ahead and let's talk about all of these sponsors. Now, we had a lot of sponsors last time. So I'm gonna let you guys call out and thank all these sponsors kind of as a group, because you guys all got a ton of love to the point where we exceeded the typical 3 each, to the point where I was prompted to say, you know what, everybody can just get a free skill increase, which is very powerful, but you guys dished out so many sponsorships. So let's go ahead and talk about those who helped you get a free experience, a free push, a free success, and a skill increase. And I'll leave it to you guys.
Yeah, before we started this stream, we all thought, oh, should we do this like together? Like it's one thing that we can have as an event together rather than individual stories. And we were all like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then we didn't say what it would be. We didn't come up with anything. We just said, let's figure it out
do it
together.
live.
Yes. We build it together.
Well, look, I would like to start by saying we know that we got some experience and some pushes and some successes. We all have like a free success. There's no point giving us cursed dice. We're gonna just succeed wherever we need to.
Of course.
But, we got those from explicitly at the beginning from the Wolf and the Wombat, and we know they're both on the boat with us. We brought them both over, one deliberately, one sneakily, but they are definitely both members of our crew here with us on the boat. So. That's the first question, is what happened between last session and now that has been so helpful for us that the Wolf and the Wombat could have done? Yeah, I've asked the question, so I don't need to answer it.
That's such a good question.
maybe they could have seen where Constance was hiding her report, and maybe they got to it and sort of like kind of read over her assumptions and sort of basically added to it, like maybe they've kind of been scoping out and observing things around, and so they bulked up Constance's report and quietly tucked it back away. So you guys go and you have this nice organized, even more thorough report than before.
Yeah,
I like that.
I imagine that maybe just so like as far as information being passed along, it's just so it's not suspicious, because it'd be weird if the Wolf or the Wombat came from our ship directly to let us know. They would know, okay, there's a trail, so they meet up with someone new, someone by the name of Justin Kapow, who seems trustworthy enough and who's able to ferry this information over to us, and him being someone who's around this area quite often, it's not suspicious at all for him to pop in.
You see, what I've done is I've developed a new system for sending messages across Wrecker Isle. You don't need to go anywhere. They call me Justin Kapow, because what I do, you see, is I take your message, I put it in this little capsule, and I put it straight into the barrel of this cannon, and I fire it anywhere across the island. You tell me where it needs to go, I'll know the trajectory. I test the wind with my thumb, and I just get it exactly where it needs to go. It might do some damage when it lands, but when it lands, they'll know immediately what they need to know. So you write anything down. Mermaids, is it? Oh, good. I'll just put that scroll here in the tube, and I'll fire. They're staying at the inn. What room? I'll get it through the window. I'm just in Kapow. Kapow, I say.
Yes.
And it fires it across, and it lands, smashes through our window, hits Katrina right in the back of the head, fixes her brain injury.
Fun fact, there are an average of 9 messenger deaths per year by canon.
Now, people quote that statistic at me, and while that may be true, did you know how many more messengers died trying to travel by boat? That's what they don't tell you. Sure, 9 people get killed by a cannon every year, but it saves dozens of lives from people who sank in the reefs of Wrecker Isle. But they don't. The liberal media doesn't tell you that about me, Justin Kapow. Mainstream media will never tell you about the people who don't die. They just like to report on the bad things, like people getting hit by messages in the side of the head. Ironic messages. People say, yes, I will marry you, and it's killed the person who has received the message. And it's an ironic tableau, I understand. But you don't. But irony is the price we pay for progress here on Wrecker Isle.
How poetic!
And there we have Justin Kapow.
That's Justin Kapow.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
I've got a question. Then turn back around to you guys. How does any of this help Constance?
Well, you're on the boat heading off to.
Oh, so he shoots a message to
suddenly
Banish.
there's a hole in the back of your boat.
Oh
And
no!
the message saying you're going the wrong way. Just turn left and you'll get there.
Turn left. Does
And we
maybe...
also don't know what Chunky, because Chunky is also given
Oh,
some
yeah, Chunky.
sponsorship as well. So where's Chunky?
Maybe Chunky's on Constance's boat.
the bookstore
Everybody's
isn't
sailing
doing
these
so
days.
well. He's got like a summer internship on a herring vessel or something.
Or the bookstore is going incredibly well, and he's decided to have a new kind of business venture, which is like a bookmobile, but obviously we don't have cars, so it's a book train. And he needs to buy some
Oh.
train oil from Wrecker Isle. He's getting good prices buying in bulk.
Yeah.
And
So
while
he
he's
can power
here,
his
I
book
think
train.
he's packed some merchandise, for these bored sailors. What else do they have to do except for fish and then
Yeah.
read?
Yeah.
The only things to do on Wrecker Isle are fish, read, and watch Justin Kapow kill people with his messages. I was like, oh, I got a message for this guy. Tell him like hello. Just I want to say hello.
He's astounded at the
everything
power
suited
of
up.
words.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Pen is
gosh.
mightier than the sword as long as Justin Kapow fires it out of his cannon.
Oh man,
Okay.
fantastic!
Does that about cover it, Chase?
I
Are you
think that covers
satisfied
it.
with
You know,
that?
I think I'm very satisfied. I hope that they are. So very entertaining. So thank you so much to everybody for your support. There's your sponsorships. If you guys would like to become an NPC in one of these shout outs, subscriptions, Patreon supporters, throw some bits our way. We'll get you guys next time. So,
Little
thank you very
asterisk
much.
there is that no NPC characterizations necessarily reflect the views
Yeah,
of the
That's
True.
fair.
toward those viewers.
Very
No,
true.
right.
Galen
We are
doesn't.
doing
Is it the wolf that you don't
only-
like, Galen?
Completely accurate.
The wombat.
Yeah. But that's just because in real life, I hate the wombat. And that's the kind of person they are in real life. Every character we made is completely accurate to the person in real life.
Oh man, yeah. No, much love for all the sponsorships. So thank you, everybody. All right. I think that is it. So let's jump back into where we left off. Now, the party has been split this entire adventure, and they're still split, even harder, arguably. So I think we're going to begin tonight with Katrina, Robert, and Galen. Now, you guys just finished up your meeting with the godmother, correct? And you guys are heading back to
Right.
your ship. Is that where we left you guys?
Well, see, this is my question: is what the hell are we going to do? Because we also maybe wanted to go to Graveyard Isle purely because it was the one place we were told not to go.
Right.
We have just been hit in the head, and we open the capsule, and we see that actually there's been a murder in the warehouse. Possibly that's where the priest was murdered, but it looked like, I believe, and I'm checking my notes, that it looked like he wasn't killed there. He may have been killed somewhere else, put in a barrel and like brought to the warehouse.
And there was a magic puddle in there.
There was a magic puddle so maybe
whispers. What was it? Whispers.
A song, like a
Yeah.
humming.
Song.
Mhm.
Right.
And then I heard, what's his name? Zacharias
Yeah, he rocked up.
humming the same song when I
he
saw
picked
him
up
later.
a big heavy barrel with one
Yes.
arm, like some kind of
Yes.
superpowered freak mermaid man. So
Yes.
And this fish didn't scream until he was around, and the fish
Mm.
screamed that he gave to me.
yeah,
True.
so he makes fish scream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
either we could also try and go to Graveyard Isle. We now know that Constance is heading to Graveyard Isle because we
Mhm.
got hit with a message about it. So we could try and meet up there, or we could stay here and investigate the warehouse more. Maybe try and like check out that water patch. Maybe dig underneath. Maybe look to see if she's been kept here, or if we can like track that water somewhere else. Maybe she was brought here as well, and there's like a trail of magic water somewhere. I don't know. Question is, do we meet up or do we do our own investigation here?
Such a good question. We could also take some
And
time
because
to
I've asked
do...
it, I don't need to answer it.
Such a brat today.
I'm doing my part. I'm setting it
Okay.
up. I'm doing the alley ooping.
Yeah.
I've thrown it up. You got to alley oop it in.
Spike it. Okay. So I was thinking we could also spend some time doing additional research before our dinner on
Mhm.
any of the information that we've gotten so far.
We know the answer to all the
Of
information we've gotten
course.
so
It-
far.
it
They've
might
got a
be
mermaid
good-
tied up.
Well, maybe, but we should probably figure out more about mermaid enchantments because I'm a little concerned. I mean, we know that they sing the song and their magic is more effective if you are hearing their song, but like
Mhm.
we should maybe be prepared for that kind of thing.
We don't know anything about the banishing ritual.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
That's true. That's a good
Yeah.
point. Well, I could do mermaid research if you wanted. Maybe you guys can meet up with Constance.
Cool.
You can
I'm
jump on
down
a boat
for
and- and
anything. Yeah.
join Constance in Graveyard Isle.
Yeah. How much time do we have until the dinner?
So your dinner is after Constance's. It's an hour after. So yours is at
Oh.
7. It's probably like just afternoon now. So
Oh, okay. We got plenty of time.
Sorry, go ahead, Em.
But Constance had to sweet talk somebody into bringing her back on time. If we go to Wrecker Isle, we might not make it back in time for dinner.
But you have a big boat, and if I'm the only one who makes it for dinner, that's fine.
We're just gonna.
Ah.
I have a date.
I would also throw
Yeah.
out
True.
if Chase would allow that Constance could have maybe told you guys which ship she was taking there,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
like maybe I did this
That's
not
fair.
that you guys as players wanted to meet up with me. I didn't want to like metagame too hard. So
Mhm.
if Chase just wants to also kind of like, oh well, they didn't leave right away and you guys got the message before the ship left, maybe we just kind of hand wave the whole
you're
thing.
on a tight schedule. So you're definitely out before they
Oh.
get caught up.
Mhm.
Okay, no
Yeah.
sweat.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, you guys
Make a
can
big ship
investigate the warehouse. You can take your dog and investigate the warehouse.
true.
Yeah,
and
let's
try and
investigate
find
the
stuff
warehouse.
while I do some research. Let's split the party even more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I'll stay on the boat doing
Ah,
research.
ah,
You two investigate the warehouse.
I
Constance
Go.
investigates
love it.
Graveyard Isle, and we'll all be fine.
All right.
Where does
Okay.
the dog go? The dog
Yeah,
and the horse
that's-
have their own
with
adventure.
Katrina.
They go on a
The
little
dog's
journey.
coming with me. Odin is with me.
There's dogs in this inn. Like dogs aren't banned. There's a lot of pets and like there's birds
Aw.
and parrots and all kinds of crazy stuff in the inn. The horses are stabled next to the inn.
Hmm.
Okay, so Galen, you're staying in your room and you're doing research.
Yep.
And
What
then
a nerd.
Robert and
That's what
Katrina,
we
you
have.
guys are heading down to go investigate the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So, Galen and Katrina, you guys are heading downstairs. Go ahead and roll me some vigilances if you would.
You think I can't roll
Oh,
vigilance?
hey. I just raised that.
I
Ooh,
got 2
nice
successes.
roll,
Wow.
Galen. I got 3
Whoa.
successes.
Dang.
Boom. room.
Oh, Galen, you don't get a roll anyways, so it's a good thing that she
What do you
succeeded.
mean I don't get a roll?
You're
You
staying
said
up in your
Galen.
room.
But you
I
said
meant
said I was
Robert.
going downstairs.
I meant Robert. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
got
then I
nothing.
vote that Robert gets 2 successes because that's what
He gets my roll.
There you go.
Also, Em, did you add your dog vigilance as well? Because
I didn't even add my dog vigilance.
Roll
You're
a couple
right.
extra and get some
Yeah.
new successes.
That's so true. I think I only get 1 additional, so here it comes. It's not a success.
Okay, that's okay because 3 is fantastic. So, you head downstairs into the bustling inn again. It's still crowded. There's people shouting. It's loud. Lots of people. Hard to maneuver. As you get down there, notably, you see that the godmother, who you've met now as Abela, is her name. She is at the bar next to Justina, who's rushing around and trying to get things set up and sent out to people on time. But Abela is talking with a curly, red-haired, sailor-looking woman. This is Frida, but you guys haven't met her yet. Only Constance has.
Oh.
They're having some kind of very intense discussion. It doesn't look like angry discussion, but they're very focused and they look slightly concerned in their discussion. And as you come down the stairs, you catch that Abela nods towards you and Robert as you're walking down the stairs. And Frida looks back and gives a good look at you too. And as she sees that you kind of notice them, she just gives a smile. Also, with your other successes, you notice that Oscar is walking into the inn and heading towards Justina to go sit down at the bar.
The priest?
The priest.
Oh, no.
We just got information for anyone just joining us that he has a very one-sided crush on her, and she literally moved to this fish island to get away from him.
Yeah. Yep.
Kill
Okay.
him. Kill the priest. You got a rifle?
Okay. Katrina will look to Robert.
Yeah.
Just like they just share a pained look about Oscar.
Yeah. Robert is going to he's gonna like just do like a 1 second thing and he's gonna wait. Essentially what he'd like to do, because he suspects that Oscar is gonna be the worst right now.
Yeah.
And so if he starts to be the worst, then Robert is going to bounce him out in an effort to gain some favor with Abela.
Ooh, nice. I'm going to get into a staring contest with this captain, and I'm going to adjust my jacket because I bet my jacket's cooler than her hat.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. She just gives a smile and goes back to talking to Abela. It is pointed, brief eye contact, but now they seem to go back to discussion. And there's discussion seems to turn away from being so serious, and they're both smiling and laughing and having a good conversation.
Okay.
All right.
What
What are
happens
you
with
guys doing?
Oscar?
Yeah.
We're waiting to see what Oscar's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he becomes the worst as he is wont to do, then I will bounce him.
All right. Yeah. So he goes down and he sits down at the bar, and he waves and tries to get Justina's attention. Now that you guys kind of know the situation, it's pretty obvious to you that she gives a very half-hearted smile and then pointedly turns her attention elsewhere. And he just sits down at the bar. It looks like he shouts an order out to her. He looks very awkward amongst all of these ruffians. He's just kind of grasping a necklace of prayer beads and a cross, looking very nervous as he waits for her. As she's bustling around, you can see a gentleman, looks like a sailor of some sort. Let me, I think I have a picture here.
Picture time.
Yeah, it looks like this.
What will he look like? Ah, it's Hemingway.
Look at his cool
Wait, sorry, who is
tattoos.
this?
Whoa.
This is Ernest
A gentleman
Hemingway.
at the
He's-
bar.
Oh, okay.
Looks like he's maybe had a couple too many. You hear him shout an order towards Justina, and she kind of just seems to note it, but keeps going about business because she's very busy, single employee with lots of orders going around. And he looks kind of agitated when she doesn't immediately turn towards him, and he reaches over the bar and grabs her wrist. Hey, come on, sweetheart. I'm taking a L stat. The rest of these folks can wait. I've been paying all day.
I'm in bouncer mode, so I'm gonna start heading over there.
Okay, you're gonna go ahead over there.
Yeah. Unless I mean Oscar's closer, so we'll probably get to do something first. But
Oscar stands up and looks very nervous, but he looks also very angry. Like you can tell he's gonna go do something about it. But you guys have time to react. So what are you doing?
Chase, could you send the picture again? It didn't load for some people.
There you go.
Hopefully that worked.
Now you can all appreciate that it looks exactly like Hemingway.
Okay, continue,
Great.
Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna go up and like do one of those like imposing hands on the shoulder, and also grab onto his arm where he's grabbed her wrist, and say, "I think you've had a little bit too much, sir."
All right, are you trying to be threatening, or are you trying to be polite about it?
Threatening, absolutely threatening.
All right,
So
why don't you go ahead and roll me a force?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Also, the picture still didn't load for our poor chat, so we need to drop it in Discord when we
I'm
have the
pushing
chance.
that.
I'm doing
For
it right
sure.
now.
I'm gonna try one more time too. I tried an extra fix.
Okay. Two successes.
2 successes. Okay. For your force. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, he turns around. He looks like he's gonna open his mouth to argue. And then he kind of looks up and down. He waves you off. There's just not good service in this damn establishment.
Well, then why don't you go elsewhere?
Maybe I will. He looks kind of upset. He stands up. He drinks the last few drops of his tankard and he drops it on the ground. Kind of gives you a dirty look. And he goes walking out.
Did you pay?
Yeah, I paid. Leave it alone.
All right. I'll remember you if you did.
Justina doesn't comment on if he paid or not, because as you're dealing with that, you can see that Oscar now is over talking to Justina, kind of frantically. Justina, come now. You must just leave this den of sin. And she looks really uncomfortable. Oscar, not now. Now is not the time.
Same
you should
thing.
come. You're
Oh
stepping
my
up now to
gosh.
Oscar.
I'm gonna go up to Oscar, hand on the shoulder, hand on his arm. I think you've had a little bit too much.
It's me. I haven't had any yet.
Sir, please let me do my job.
You gonna roll force against Oscar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've been dying to.
Keaton Pace from the back of the room, Katrina, you can see already look like they're angrily stepping towards Oscar.
2 successes.
He raises his arm and looks kind of confused at you. Just think about it, Justina, please. He turns and sees Pete and Pace walking towards him, and he looks at Robert. I'll head back to the ship.
Good. I'll take care of things here.
He doesn't even nod or acknowledge you. He looks really frustrated and kind of sad, and he just turns and heads towards the door. Justina, still frantically trying to tend to orders, gives you a brief glance and mouths you a thank you.
Of course.
Pete and Pace come walking up behind you side by side, and in unison, both of them say, good work.
Oh,
I don't like that that's in unison. No two people should ever do anything in unison.
That's what they look like, in case anybody forgot.
Yeah. I don't think anyone.
I actively
just
tried
did.
to forget.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, let's see if the sailors will show now. This is the person who almost started an altercation.
Mm.
All right. Pete and Pace both give you a rough pat on the back, Robert, and then they go back to their post at the back of the tavern.
I'll nod to them and rejoin with Katrina. Say, I'm sorry about that.
Nothing
thought
to
it might
apologize
help.
for. I just didn't want to get in your way. Shall we go?
Of course.
Chase, can I have been watching Abella? Did she seem to appreciate Robert helping out, or like this was like a not chill thing?
In the middle of Robert helping out, she just kind of rolled her eyes, and her and the sailor woman went back into her office.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Perfect.
All right. So you guys are now heading out to the warehouse?
Yeah.
All right. You guys exit the tavern, and as soon as you do, Oscar steps up right behind you. He had been standing by the door. What did you do that for?
Look, there's a time and a place. That was not the time.
She was being disrespected. What? She shouldn't be in there with all these ruffians.
I took care of it.
But you didn't take care of it. She's still in there.
Look,
It's not just the one gentleman that's going to treat her like that.
Excuse me, sir.
Why'd you keep calling me sir? You know my name.
Because she just shakes her head. You do not harass a woman in her place of work. She has many other things she's attending to, and any politeness that you receive from her is just that, manners. Now, I would suggest you see yourself away, and if you have words that you want to have with this woman, another time and another place would be appropriate. Now, I suggest that you leave and you let us do our jobs.
Roll me and manipulate.
Uh-oh. That's not what I'm good at. Can I roll force instead?
No, unless you pick him up.
Are you trying to really scare him?
No, probably not. I don't want him to cry or anything. I just am being very firm. Here we go.
Success.
Hey, how many? I got 3 dice. Let's go. All failures.
Oh.
I think I'm going to use my free push. Do we have any dice? What dice do we have?
3 blessed,
3
1
blessed.
curse.
Yeah.
3 blessed, 1 curse.
Take them all.
I'm going to use the cursed one. Let's oh, it didn't let me roll my additional die. Here we go. We know that I at least have 1 all failures now.
Hey, there you go. You got one.
Okay.
Nice.
I got a cursed success for scolding this man in front of her place of work.
Okay. His face turns red, his cheeks get flushed. You can see he's clenching his fists. He looks so frustrated. He sighs and he looks down. Fine, I hired you all to deal with it. But
Stop saying stupid things and leave. I need you to just turn around and walk away.
If you need to go with the formalities again, you call me father. I don't go by sir. You can call me Father Ugdrin. Then he turns away and he walks, seeming frustrated.
All right, so who's witnessed this awkward interaction where we clearly work for him? Can I do a vigilance to see who witnessed this cringe?
Who else do we need to threaten?
1 success.
1 success. You can see, so I mean, the door leading outside is one of those swinging doors, right?
Oh no!
So you can see Pete and Pace look like they're lurking off in the distance, and they have sat on you, and as you look back in there, they turn away pointedly, as if they were just doing something else, but they were clearly watching.
Damn it.
Kill him. Shoot him. You got a rifle.
They weren't necessarily in hearing range, but they were definitely peeking in on the altercation.
All right. Well, hopefully we made it look aggressive enough that nobody suspects we're working together. Let's go to the warehouse.
I also want to point out that I think Pete and Pace have resting lurk face. So maybe they didn't hear.
Oh man, fantastic.
As you're investigating the warehouse, the dog, your dog is absurdly powerful. For vigilance and investigation, it's 3 extra dice, not 1.
It's 3.
3.
Oh my god!
And for
Thank
close
you.
combat.
That's amazing. I didn't realize it was so good.
Yeah. Vigilance, investigation, and close combat. It's a +3 for all of them. So
Okay, perfect.
you worked that dog.
That dog's he's gonna earn his keep for sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. You guys head to the warehouse. The hustle and bustle that is moving from the dock to the inn is much clearer towards the warehouse. As you guys approach it, the smell of this place has not been pleasant. As I said, it always smells kind of fishy and like train oil. But the closer you get to the warehouse, the worse it smells. It gets nearly unbearable. Katrina, as you're approaching particularly, you can see just every little sense is hyper aware to you. You can smell the different changing smells as you get closer. You can see decapitated fish heads around and guts of things that have clearly not been taken very well cared for. And it looks filthy. It looks bad. There's rotten bits of fish around the warehouse. It's really hard for you specifically to bear. I'm exploring your weakness here, and I want you to roll me a force test.
Okay.
I love when Katrina's weakness comes up. I always forget about hers because it's niche, but when it pops up, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. That
I'm
was
gonna
a fail.
before you decide to push, I'm gonna tell you the consequence here.
Okay.
It is very difficult for you to push her. You can. It's not like you can't. I mean, you've been through worse, but it is not a comfortable situation for you. So if you do proceed closer to the warehouse, you're going to take the exhausted condition.
What if I use my free success for my sponsors?
You can also do that. That's an option. I'm just telling you, if you fail, that's what's going to happen.
I would like to use my free success for my sponsors, and thank you, sponsors, for helping me get through this trying time of fish heads.
Excellent. And then note that I exploited your weakness for experience purposes.
Exploited.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you guys approach the warehouse, and we kind of described this last time. It's a very imposing, tall, bland, but yellow painted building. There is one entrance that is, let's see, let me hop over to Foundry here. There's one entrance right over here. And there is one entrance over here that seems a lot less crowded.
I say we go to the non-crowded entrance.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, and you have the dog with you currently?
Definitely have the dog with us.
Okay. Yeah. Are you guys trying to be discreet approaching it or anything? Or are you guys just kind of walking up like you belong?
We should
there?
probably be discreet, but not in like the creeping, hush, hush, hush. It's more of like we're walking casually and making sure no one is looking, and then we'll try and slip inside.
Awesome. I need one of you to roll me a stealth.
Ooh. I'm pretty good at stealth. I've got 6 total.
I have 6 too. Go for it though. I've had to roll a lot tonight. It's all you.
Okay, let's go.
This is the ultimate stealth team, actually.
1 success.
Can I aid? Is there an aid action in this game? I can't recall.
Instead of aiding, how about you give me a vigilance?
Oh.
I would like to use
With
the
your dog? Yes.
With the dog,
Yeah.
+3.
Oh, nice.
+3. Rolling 2 successes.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so you guys are heading to this less crowded entrance. Robert, you feel like if you were just to walk over there, like it would be pretty obvious. But you can kind of wait for like a big bunch in the crowd and kind of like a more opportune moment to walk over there than if all attention is going to be on you walking to this entrance where nobody else is going. As Robert's waiting for such an opportunity, Katrina, you notice that Peyton Peace.
No, that's their name.
Pete and Pace are out of the inn, and they're joined by that woman with red hair that looks like a sailor. They definitely seem to be tailing you.
We are being followed, Robert. Perhaps we should take a lap around the island and make it appear as if we're giving Odin a good walk.
Right. That sounds good to me. Good eye.
Thank you.
It was the dog.
It was the dog.
Reed and Rice. Oh my God, Reed and Rice are in.
Scooby-Doo has entered the chat.
And with your success, Robert, you feel like you can shake them, taking a lap around, timing the crowd properly. You are able to
Perfect.
lose them.
Excellent.
Just for
Excellent.
group knowledge, I since you guys are encountering Frida, I don't think Constance really described her or explained where she was staying or where
Mhm.
Constance was staying. So I don't think you guys are. I don't
don't
think you
know
would
her.
know her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
So are we
Just
able
so
to
you
lose?
can react accordingly.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Ready to pummel.
So are we able to lose them and make it back to the door, or do we have to do a separate test?
No, you got it. You're good. You
Okay.
guys can get to the door.
Perfect.
All right.
Is-
If that's still where you guys want to go, if you feel good about it, your success gets you there. You're able to shake them.
Yeah.
That seemed like
Okay.
a weird DM comment. Now that
I
I'm
just,
looking
I
at
gave
it.
you more
if you feel good
information.
about it,
I wanted you to make sure that your decisions didn't change.
I think you should
based
feel
on
less
information.
good about it now that Chase has asked if you feel good about it.
I know.
Goodness.
Our job from Galen was to research this place, so yeah, let's try and get in.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. You guys reach this entrance. Still smells horrible, though. Right when you get up to the door, there almost seems to be this bubble where the scent goes away. And it actually smells really delightful right in front of the door. It smells kind of like a really nice perfume or cologne.
Wow.
Sweet, fragrant smell.
It's a great air freshener.
And are you guys trying the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's
Yeah,
trying the
let's
door?
Oh
Who touches the
no!
bugs?
happily. Let's go.
Okay. Robert, as you touch the door, the first time that you
Oh.
grab it, it is so slippery and wet. It feels almost slimy. Like it's a pull handle that you pull down to open and release a latch. And when you first do it, your hand just slips right off of it and it feels wet afterwards. After giving another try, though, you realize it's locked.
It's locked.
I got you lockpicks.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. I have the perfect tool for this, Katrina.
Good. I will keep an eye out and work quickly.
All right. I will attempt to pick said locks.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna require me what? I think that's a precision.
Precision?
It's a stealth to pick a lock.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's
Get
go.
after it. Dun dun dun
Oh.
dun.
Did you
I
add
am-
the extra dice from your gear?
Oh, I didn't.
Ooh,
Shoot.
go ahead and get the extra dice for the gear.
How many is it? I
Just
forgot.
one.
Maybe you
Okay.
should use some lucky dice as well.
We have 3 blessed.
Okay, I'm gonna push this. Do I? I'll push this after. I'll try one blessed. One
Okay.
blessed.
Oh
Okay.
no!
All right, now let's go for the push.
8 dice on a push.
8 dice, let's go.
All right, I imagine that here I'm. Oh goodness.
You have to
I'm-
get 1 6 on 18 dice, right? 16 dice.
I hope so.
Hmm.
I hope so.
The odds are
Oh.
in your favor, that's for sure.
All right.
But
No.
wait, you only rolled 7.
But-
You needed to roll 8.
Okay.
Hey, one
there's-
more.
One more.
Come on, come on.
No. No.
All right. Well, we didn't make it.
You were not supposed to open that door.
Oh
Alright,
my
your options are
gosh.
take your free success or you can
I'll
let
use
this
the
one go.
free success. I'll use it. There's a part of me that just feels like it's like I guess there's the pressure of like Constance gave this to me, and he's like trying his best, and his fingers are still slippery, and he's just giving the excuses. Oh no, I'm just the handle's really wet. It's so weird, and so
No complaints, soldier. Results.
all right, and then at some point he just kind of jams it in, and somehow. I don't know if one free success is enough, but I will use it.
Yeah. Justin Kapow gives you the free success. You get hit in the head by a message that says, try turning it a little bit to the left.
Or better yet, the message just comes through the lock and it just like shatters the door.
Snap.
Wasn't even us. We saw an open door. We wandered in. It's Justin's fault.
Fantastic. Yeah, you definitely get that lock open. The door
Great.
creaks open, not super quiet. It's a pretty heavy warehouse door.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a way inside.
Sweet. And I'm taking the wounded condition as I get hit by that message.
Of course, that makes sense.
Love it.
Can I just quickly set up some lore here? Because we have Justin Kapow and we have Chunky, who sells books. I think that while they're here, they team up in business, and you can always tell when it's the real edition of a book because it arrives by Justin Kapow's cannon fire. And so it turns up on your door, boom, you hear it, lands on your door. And that's how you know it's the official copy of each of those books. Which is why in this universe, when people say something is canon, they spell it with two N's, and that's where the phrase came from. Anything that's true in me, it's always, well, that's the canon that's the canon version because it was fired from a canon to a door.
This makes sense. This makes perfect sense to me.
Checks out.
In this universe, it is canon with two N's that Obama won the Galen Prize.
Oh man, that is hilarious. All right, you guys are inside this warehouse. It is pitch dark in here. It is very hard to see anything. There's some light coming in as you have the door open, but are you leaving that door open or are you closing it?
We'll definitely close it after ourselves. And I'm even going to send Odin in first so it'll look like a whole, we chased our dog that got out into here. So I'm going to send Odin in first, then we'll follow behind.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Doors closed, pitch black when that light goes away. Do you guys have a way to see?
Trying to remember if I kept my hurricane lamp. Nope. I don't have a light source.
Well.
Do you have a light source?
I have a knife. I could
That's
reflect
like
the sunlight in here.
All right,
Like a
so
little tiny spotlight?
Yeah.
there is like little cracks of sunlight, so you try to.
No, it's
redirect
pitch
it.
dark. They can't see anything.
It's pretty bad. It's hard to see anything. There's like little places that you can see where you're going, but overall, like it looks difficult to proceed in here with the light. You're gonna take a -4 on any vigilance tests in here at the moment.
I'm going to check around to see if they have any sort of lantern by the door, because surely people come in here when it's this dark. They need to be able to see.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a vigilance. This one, to look for a lantern just right by the door, I'll let you roll it full.
Okay. With my 3 for my dog?
Yeah, sure. Dogs sniff out lanterns, right?
Yeah.
they smell
I
like
don't find
oil.
it.
Yeah, it smells like train oil in here for sure. There's no lanterns by the door that you can spot.
We probably should not light the whole place on fire. Okay.
The whole building on fire.
Unfortunately, Chase, I did not find a light source. So I think Katrina, for one, will just try and investigate without. Just take her minuses and keep looking.
Okay. Right. Same with Robert.
Yep.
Robert, let me know if you see any sort of torch or lantern, though we
Yeah.
should avoid open flame if possible, considering
next.
the nature of this place. But I want
Odin
to
goes
find...
running into the warehouse, barking.
let's
gotta
follow
chase that
Odin.
dog.
Yeah.
Gotta chase the dog.
Whoa.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, so you go into the warehouse. You hear Odin bark. Odin's barking stops. You guys are maneuvering this warehouse. Now go ahead and give me your vigilances at -4.
Odin?
And you cannot use Odin for this.
Then I'm at a 0.
I'm at a -1 dice.
So I just automatically fail, or do I roll 1 dice regardless?
You roll 2 dice and take the worst if you're at 0.
Okay.
good thing I'm gonna get double success, right? Right?
Yeah, just do it. Ah, 1 success
Oh.
and a 5. Oh, 2
Oh
successes!
my gosh!
Hey, look at that!
You got it!
Awesome.
I'm a genius.
Love
And a
it. All right. All right. You guys are pushing. Who got the double success? Was that Robert or was that Katrina?
That's Katrina.
Okay. So you guys are feeling around this warehouse. You can feel barrels and shelves and smells like fish, smells like oil. And you kind of get a pattern for how the warehouse is laid out. You can't see anything. Odin stopped barking. Katrina, you have a pretty good idea of where Odin went. But after a while, you guys don't sense each other anymore. You can't hear each other's footsteps. You can't really tell where you're going. Katrina, as you push on, you trip on a soft lump. And when you look down, you see Odin just curled up. Just looks like nicely laid down like a dog sleeping.
Okay, I'm gonna check and make sure he's alive. Odin, come here, wake up, boy. I'm gonna rub his little head.
When you reach down and rub his head, you can feel that he's breathing, but he doesn't react.
What is going on with you? I'm gonna pick him up and I'm just gonna like have him all cradled up on my chest. And he's a big hunting dog. So he's taking up all of her strength as she like picks him up, and she's gonna turn and look around and try and suss out what exactly happened to make him behave like this, because there's obviously something at play here.
Okay. Yeah. As you look around, so here's with your success. As you look around, there is a portion of floor back against one of the walls that looks like there's boards laid over it. You can't really see it, but you can feel like you've been walking on like cobbled stone. And as you walk back towards one of the shelves, there's a bunch of planks, and your foot hits a plank that wiggles a little bit.
Robert, over here. There's something odd.
Yeah? Over where?
This way. Follow my voice. And I'm going to crouch down and I'm going to like try and lift up this plank.
Excellent. I need both of you to make me an observation test.
All right.
Okay.
Are you full squatting Odin right now? Katrina's
Yeah.
so strong.
I am so strong. My physique is out of this world. Why is this not rolling? If 2 come through, my apologies.
You're good. We'll use the first one.
Nice.
All right. So Katrina, you hear Robert say that he's heading towards you, but then you don't hear Robert anymore.
Okay.
He never shows up. You're looking under those planks.
Yeah.
You lift under the planks. I mean, you can't see under it. Like there's no light.
Mhm.
But are you kind of feeling around it?
Yes.
It just feels like more cobbled stone. You don't feel anything under the planks.
So much under those planks.
Robert, you're heading towards Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
You're feeling your way towards where you heard her voice. And then you have a big drip of water drip down on your face.
Oh no.
Kind of irritating, but you have to wipe off to be able to
Mm-hmm.
see. Or I mean, you can't really see, but it's agitating.
Right.
And then another big drip. And then you hear what sounds like a waterfall behind you. Sounds like just rushing water suddenly. And then you feel water trickling over your ankles, and you feel it starting to rise rapidly as if the building is flooding.
Oh, snap.
What
Okay.
are you doing? You don't hear Katrina anymore. You can't see anything. You can just feel shelves.
Mm-hmm. In that case, I'm just gonna keep pushing forward, hoping that I might be able to get to the exit, the one that was closer to the docks.
Okay.
Just kind of running at this point.
Yeah, so you kind of pick up your pace, you're feeling where you go so you don't trip. And as you grab a barrel, you suddenly feel fish start to flop around in the barrel. You can feel fish tails slapping you, and you hear what just sounds like a room full of screaming children as those fish start slapping around. And then that rushing water picks up, and it gets so fast, and you feel water just crash over your back, and you are submerged in water. I need you to make me a fear test to start with.
Shoot.
You have no allies around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. It's logic or empathy, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm gonna go with empathy. Essentially, I'm just thinking like, okay, I have to find Katrina. We're here together. We have to get out of this together. Oh, it's a fail.
Matt,
right.
your dice have been so mean to you tonight.
We're struggling tonight.
So you could push it. The downside of pushing a fear test is you're taking a condition to push. It's a fear test 1, so you will take 1 mental condition if this is a fail. And then you're going to have an additional effect, which we're actually going to put on hold for a minute.
Okay.
So would you like to push or no?
I'll fail it. I will
Okay.
fail it.
So you take 1 mental condition, and then this water rushes over you so hard that you start tumbling and somersaulting in the water. It feels hard to control. Like there's a fast current carrying you away somewhere. And I need you to make me a force test to stabilize yourself and to not let water get into your lungs, because it feels like this is rushing both directions.
Oh my gosh.
Matt, you have rolled approximately 50 dice tonight and you've had 0 success. What's happening?
We
Oh
have
my
blessed
God.
dice, Matt. Take them.
Oh
we have cursed
goodness.
dice.
I'll
Take the
take
dice.
cursed dice. I'll
Take-
throw in 2 cursed dice.
Oh,
Oh no! We're
Now you're
pushing
cursed
it.
and dying.
I'm not gonna drown.
All right, Robert, you feel water rushing from behind you, and then it starts rushing towards you. Feels like you're getting crushed between 2 torrents of water. You feel it forcing itself up your nose and down your throat, and it just crushes the breath out of you, and you feel like you can't breathe, and you black out. Katrina, you hear Robert off behind you somewhere coughing frantically. Sounds like a productive cough. You hear splashes of water, and it sounds like he's struggling to breathe.
I'm going to abandon this weird pit underneath these planks and I'm going to hurry towards where I hear the coughing.
Okay. As you're heading towards the coughing, you see a shadowy figure walking towards you, and you see it twist some gas on a lantern, and you see a lantern light up. And Zacharias is standing in front of you. Pardon me, can I help you?
Yes, I'm quite sorry. My dog got away from me and I heft Odin in my arms. And now I cannot find my companion. Do you know where Robert is?
Is he the one having a coughing fit over there somewhere?
Yes, help me find him immediately.
He looks angry, but he'll follow you, and you can see now there's light shining.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see now that the area is pretty well lit. You can see Robert's just laying down in the middle of the floor, just coughing up water.
Oh, shoot. All right, I will
Is he okay? What's happening?
I don't know. I'm going to hurry over to Robert's side. I'm going to set Odin down. Is Odin still asleep?
Odin's still asleep.
And I'm going to try and roll Robert onto his side and pound on his back to see if that helps. And if that doesn't, I'm going to do a medicine test to see if I can help him.
Okay. So as Katrina starts helping you, Robert, this is where you're going to have an option. You have to choose the decision of your fear now, because she is kind of bringing you towards consciousness.
Mhm.
So you can either remain unconscious, you can wake up panicked and flee, you can wake up and attack either Katrina or Zacharias, who are both kind of hovering over you. Or you can just wake up and just be frozen in fear. Those are your options. Those are the consequences of failing a fear test.
Oh goodness. Okay. All right. I feel like Robert's natural inclination is to wake up and start throwing hands. Like that's his thing. That's what he does. So he'll just wake up and whoever's closest.
Okay, Katrina, I'm gonna let you decide who's closest.
Oh,
You want him to
that
swing at you
Katrina
or Zacharias?
I think that Katrina realistically is much closer because she literally has hands on Robert while the other guy's just literally holding a lantern. So it makes sense that it would come at her.
Okay, excellent. Robert, yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll me a force?
Okay.
And Katrina, you can either respond with a force or an agility to try to not get hit.
I'll do an agility.
We had a bunch of
Hey,
blessed
I'm
dice
still
roll in.
sucking, and this is the perfect time for it to continue.
Excellent.
8 more dice was added.
Hey, Weeb Panda is our 700th follower.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Nice.
Wait, who is it?
Weeb Panda.
That's so cool. Thank you so much for being our 700th follower. That is so cool.
Yes, greatly appreciated. Welcome
Throw
to
some
the
hype
channel.
in chat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Robert wakes up pretty clumsily, swinging hands, and you're able to avoid any harm, Katrina. Robert, you can now see that Katrina and Zacharias are hovering over you. Your mouth tastes salty and musky and awful, and it feels like you're coughing up old seawater. But you're able to come to, and Katrina, he looks like he does not require immediate medical attention.
I am.
Would somebody like to explain to me what's going on? Why are you in my warehouse? Why is your animal unconscious? And why is your friend drowning?
I don't know. I told you already. Odin ran in here. The door was open, and so we followed him inside. And then
you closed the door behind you?
It swung shut on its own. I don't know what is happening here.
Yeah.
It's dangerous in here without a light, and also it is off limits for anybody but employees. Please, can we exit?
I would be thrilled to exit, and if I had planned in coming in here, I would have brought a light, Zacharias.
Yeah.
Very well. I'm sorry, I was a bit tense. I have been robbed before.
Trespassing, I understand.
I keep the door locked. How?
I don't know what to tell you. All we did was chase Odin in here, and I don't know why. There's some sort of vapors, something poisonous, perhaps.
There shouldn't be anything. Perhaps the stench of the trainway was too much for the poor creature. Let's get him out. Pete and Pace probably left the door open again.
Yeah, those idiots. Perfect.
He'll escort you guys out. As he's escorting you out, Katrina, you note that he smells so nice this time. He didn't smell that way the last time that you interacted with him, but the smell that kind of smelled nice at the door is definitely on him. It's like a very nice, delectable cologne. One of the nicest you've ever smelled.
What is that? You have a lovely scent about you, which seems impossible in a place that smells like oil and fish.
He smirks and kind of side-eyes you. Is that a compliment, Miss Nordenfelt? Wait, did you told him your real name, right?
No,
Yeah.
she's told him a fake name, which was Nordenfelt.
It's
an
actually
alias.
Nordenflicht.
Nordenflicht, right? Thank you. It's a cologne that I traded with one of our buyers. Very expensive.
You'll have to tell me who it is so that I might pick some up myself.
All right, he escorts you all to the door. He lets you out and he closes and locks the door behind him, turns the light off on his lantern. I am very sorry. I hope your animal is okay. And I hope, of course, more importantly, that you are okay. Gestures to Robert. Please, let's stay out of the warehouse from here on out. As I said, it's off limits.
Yeah. Do you have like an automatic flooding system or something going on in there? Is that
an automatic flooding system?
Yeah. I don't know. Intruders. I don't know what security systems are like nowadays.
Are you saying like a booby trap?
Yeah.
He seems genuinely amused. No, I don't booby trap my warehouse. I have very fine locks on it, which are excellent at keeping intruders out if your damned dunce of brothers don't try to leave the door open all the time.
Right. Right.
Chase, may I roll an observation to see if this guy is buying our bull honky
Yeah, go
that we're
ahead
trying
and
to sell him?
roll me an observation.
I don't know.
Hard to
Chase,
tell.
can I ask you, like, do I smell the cologne on him?
Ooh, interesting question.
You do. It's not
Okay.
like it doesn't like smack you in the face though, but yeah, you probably
Oh.
notice as you get outside. He smells pretty nice.
Is it anything like what I smelled at the door?
Yeah, it is. More mild
Oh.
though. But when Katrina calls it out, you notice like, oh yeah, he smells like cologne.
Okay.
The cologne does smell similar to the door.
Well,
keep that in mind.
Zacharias, I hope that you will accept my deepest apologies for the trespassing. We were just taking Odin for a walk. My apologies. We've
No
been around
apologies
the
needed.
entire island.
Yes. It is a lovely walk for an animal, and I understand you must get him away from the crowds, but no need. I'll see you at dinner, and I will make sure this door stays locked until then.
Of course.
Very good. As you were. And he's going to unlock the door. He's going to head back into the warehouse, and he's going to close it behind him. Okay, what are you two doing?
Well, I think that we should get you somewhere safe and do a thorough examination, and you can tell me
Yeah.
exactly what happened to you. It was rather strange. It seems like you
Yeah.
experienced something.
Yeah. I can't explain it. We're in the dark, so I couldn't really see, but I could feel water. And he smells like the door. So, you know,
Name of the
everything-
episode. He smells like the door.
Are Robert's clothes wet?
Just from like where he was sputtering out water, his chest is probably
But
kind
he
of
doesn't
wet.
seem like he was submerged. Okay.
No,
cool.
he doesn't seem drenched.
I think we should go
Uh,
back.
Odin whimpers awake.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting. Can we go somewhere like maybe back to the ship where I can do an examination on both of them?
Sure.
Yes.
Would that be a medicine?
It would. And it's gonna take some examining.
Hey, that's fine.
So with that, why don't we go to some downtime for the rest of you, and then we'll jump to Constance. So why don't you go ahead, Robert? Are you gonna let Katrina examine you?
Yeah, of course.
Now I will let you also. You can do a medicine to try to treat wounds here if you would like at the same time, Katrina.
I would love to.
So why don't you go ahead and roll me that, Robert? That will put you out of action if you want to recover, because you're going to need to be treated and examined.
Yeah.
On 10 dice, I only rolled 1 success.
Okay, that's enough. That will heal, I believe, 2 injuries if you're taking downtime for it.
Nice.
No, sorry,
Great.
1 injury. You can treat an additional person if there's more people that need treating. But yeah, so 1 injury, 1 physical injury, I should say, with medicine.
Sweet. Sweet. Oh, this would be a good time for me to mention that Robert would be, and this was something we kind of talked about before the stream, but Robert would be maybe in the course of the treatment, as it takes a bit of time, Robert opens up a little bit and hands over his old love letter that he had, the last one that he had received from Beatrice,
Mhm.
that essentially it's like it's the to and from where she's expressing like her love to him, and he's written something, but unfortunately he's never sent it, and it's like professing his love, but he never, like, Katrina would know that this one particular the envelope is stamped. There's no like the postmark on it,
Mhm.
so you know it hasn't been sent. But essentially that letter was the one accepting her love so that they could be together.
Oh,
And in that time he expresses to her the situation, how with our responsibilities. It could never work out. I could never put her in danger. But in effect, using this memento, I'll be able to heal 2 of Katrina's mental conditions.
Excellent. Now, to note, just to clarify, that does use your memento for the mystery.
Yep.
Okay. I love it. That's precious.
It is precious. We treated each other's wounds, physical and of the
Yes.
heart.
And as you're examining, Katrina, before we get to those results, Oscar comes snooping around as you guys are treating and examining.
Bloody Oscar.
So did you find anything out? I wish you'd let me help.
This is a job for professionals, and if people are suspicious of us, then they will not be willing to open up to us. Causing fights in the middle of streets or in taverns is detrimental to your job.
If you recall to the letter when I sent out for you, I asked for assistance. I didn't need you to take care of it for me.
Father, to be perfectly frank with you, for I know the good Lord honors and respects honesty, you were in the way.
He looks kind of pained by that statement and looks away, doesn't make eye contact. You have more than just a job in mind, right? You're trying to keep people safe while you do it.
Of course.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to pay you to do, so just keep that in mind.
Are you planning on hurting anyone, or do you have knowledge of pain that is going to happen soon?
I follow the word of God. I don't plan on hurting anybody unless it's defending myself.
Well, we are going to protect people as best as we can.
I would have felt much more comfortable out there if you'd left me with my firearm.
I'm sorry that you feel uncomfortable. Perhaps you'll be safest on the boat.
Very well. You're spoken highly of. I just hope that what I've heard holds up to your reputation.
Go with God, Father.
He does like a little bow, walks off. All right, Katrina, with your examination, you don't see any physical wounds on Odin nor Robert. They both seem fine. Robert is choking up water as if he almost drowned.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really anything too terribly to treat except for to keep him comfortable, keep him propped up. You know that you might want to watch for infections that could follow, types of pneumonia or whatnot from the lungs being filled with water, but nothing crazy looks like it happened. You're not really sure where it could have happened from.
Interesting. Okay.
Galen, let's go to your
That's
study.
me.
What would you like to study during your downtime?
Okay, so we're looking into to mermaid things, right? And I think we have been caught up before by not having all possible details on how to get rid of something. By the same token, do we want to get rid of it? I don't know if the like, I'm getting the impression that these are a family of people who've kept a mermaid captive, as opposed to a mermaid being like some evil thing that's running the business from the shadows. Like, I don't think the mermaid's having a fun time, if there is one. Maybe, you know, Zacharias is half mermaid and he's being a butthead, but like, I don't see here like a mermaid is terrorizing the town. You know what I mean? But I should probably still find out. So I think we're pretty certain on a mermaid being the thing that is involved here. We've looked at all the various options. For people who are catching up, we had a few different options. We had like a weird dude who runs around making people play music and dancing and being a cool little trickster. He's not around. We had a horse that plays tricks on people. No tricky horse. We had a giant sea monster. I don't see one. But we had mermaids who can control fish and ensorcel people and do magic. It very much seems like that's what we're dealing with. So I think I want to look further into very explicit mermaid-based stuff, looking at how to get rid of a mermaid, or whether or not there's set stories of people who have captured mermaids before, whether this is like a thing that exists in the literature, right? Like that people are like, well, one day someone caught a mermaid and used their powers to take fish, or whether like mermaids would would stay in one place and make consistent deals with someone. Like, give me a new corpse every 20 years, I'll give you a fish non-stop. Just give me a corpse every 20 years, and they have to, if this sort of dealing with mermaids or capture exists, and also whether or not maybe we just need to get rid of it. That I'm looking further into the mermaid mythos is the plan.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and let's roll a learning test.
Just looking at my gear for a second. I've got a total of +3 from gear. So I'm rolling for my learning like 11 dice.
Nice.
Should I steal? What do we have blessed and cursed right now? What's our blessed situation?
He's
We've
got
got a
8
ton of
blessed,
blessed.
2 cursed.
I'm going to take like 3 of those blesseds as well.
Nice.
Excellent.
Oh,
6 successes.
Ooh. All right. With 5 of those, I will give you the banishing ritual for our mermaid.
Oh,
I found all of
Okay.
Matt's 6s.
There they are.
Yeah, I'll take that. And then for my last one, give me some info on whether they've been kept captive. But
Excellent. If mermaids have been kept captive?
yeah, if this is a thing that's happened before, the idea
Okay.
of keeping a mermaid captive or making a long-term deal with a mermaid.
Excellent. All right. So
But yeah, give me that banishment ritual, step by step.
So banishing ritual, you find that in some books from people who used to be a part of the society. You find some notes, find some books, cross-reference them, and you get this this ritual. And it's actually pretty simple for a mermaid. It is not as complex or drawn out as banishing some Vaesen. And it's not even terribly difficult compared to some. Mermaids can be banished by being physically harmed and killed like any other being, but the catch is they will only stay permanently banished if they are killed with something that is made of pure steel.
Okay,
And
glad we
for a
called that
little bit of
obsidian knife.
history, most weapons in this time period currently are made with a mix of steel and iron. Bullets are made with lead. So steel weapons are something that are not just commonplace. It would have to be something intentionally made or ordered.
I was about to be so sad because I was going to be like, wait, I took the obsidian knife this time.
Yeah. The one that is not made of pure steel.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all there is to banishing a mermaid.
Stab
Now,
it with pure steel.
as for keeping them captive, and kind of on a similar note, is although that they can be fairly easily defeated. I mean, they're still dangerous. They do magic. What's typically most dangerous about them is that if a mermaid is either one, if they were captured or if they were threatened with physical violence, they typically have a very powerful creature under their control that protects them like a guard dog. This can be things like krakens or sea serpents or very dangerous, powerful Vaesen that will defend the mermaid. And banishing the mermaid does not banish their guard dog.
Yeah, so if the mermaid's got a pet kraken, we can stab a mermaid and then our ship will get eaten.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Okay. Again, I don't know if we have to kill a mermaid. It might be perfectly chill, you know?
But I guess to your note, I mean, a mermaid could be captured if somebody could deal with all the baggage that came with it.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Okay,
in
that's
your studies,
interesting.
they are pretty proud creatures that would not go easily to being a captive.
Yeah.
All right. There is that for your research. You're studying Galen, and there is a knock at your door.
What?
What was that? Oh, you said you opened it?
I was trying to knock on the table. I don't know how well it came out.
Zoom said no. Zoom said no.
Said
Knocking
no.
sounds
Can't do
allowed.
Can't do it. Yeah. Yes, who is it? Come in.
Just checking in. I'm a new employee with the inn. Just trying to see if you need anything. It's a female voice.
Oh, you're new. When did they hire? Their whole business plan seemed to be about having one employee. What's your
Well,
name, girl?
Poor Justina needed help. Name's Frida.
Oh,
I
okay,
brought-
please come in.
I brought you a meal.
I did
You'll
not
hear some.
order. Oh, yes.
You'll hear some rattling outside the door, and she'll open the door, and she's got a tray, and she comes carrying in. You see a curly, red-haired, sailor-dressed woman bringing a tray of food in. Looks pretty delicious. Looks a lot better than the average food that they were serving down at the inn. Some cooked fish with lemons garnished over it, some very fresh-looking vegetables with some nice seasoning over it, and a cup of wine instead of ale. This was sent up by the godmother. She said that you're a very high-class patron and insisted that we bring you something to eat.
Oh, thank you. It is. I mean, I do not wish to blow my own horn, but yes, this is true. So thank you. It is a good. It is auspicious for our future dealings to be shown such respect. Thank you so much. You may just leave it there by the door. There is a small table. Just put it over there.
Oh, of course. Is there anything else I can get you?
Is there anything else you can get me? You don't
Are you
happen to
the
have a
one-
dagger made of pure steel, do you?
A dagger made of pure steel?
This is a purely academic question. I am reading about a person who has a dagger made of pure steel. I thought this is rare, no? I mean, I don't know what you know about weapons, but it seems rare to me.
She folds her arms and smirks. Did somebody tell you about my rapier?
Oh, this is good coincidence. No, you have a rapier of pure steel. This is very. Please, wait, come and sit, please. I must talk to you about this.
Well, I'm supposed to be on the job, but
Your job is to make me happy. You said it yourself. So please, this is how you earn your keep. I will give you a big tip. I don't know what I have here. This bag of gold. Here you are. That's.
she looks at considers the offer. Shitheads downstairs can wait. She
Yeah,
kicks
who
the door
needs
shut.
these people? They all live on Wrecker Isle. I hope you do not, because I will insult the people who do.
She pulls up like a stool or something and sits down.
Yes, please. So wait, you have a rapier made of pure steel. This is a very good coincidence. What? Explain to me, please.
It's back on my ship. I had it custom ordered.
Now, okay, why would you have custom order? I myself, I have a few swords back. I own 3 castles, you see. So one of them is a lot of swords. None of them are pure steel. This must be hard to get for the quality of the steel. What made you go out of your way to order such a thing?
Well, I didn't particularly order pure steel, but it was melted down from an heirloom from my father, and I had it.
Your father had a pure steel sword, or was it a sword originally, or was it something different and less cool?
Less exciting. It was a cane for walking.
He had a pure steel. See, this is good. Actually, now let's stop talking about swords. Where did your father get such a cane? Because I'm getting a bit old now. I'm looking at, but I always find ugly things. Was it a good-looking cane, or was it sort of pedestrian? I mean, all canes are.
It was a nice-looking cane. He got it from a friend. Let's say a friend.
Okay, well, I must. If only I had such a friend. It would help my hips and knees very much. But you melted this down. It's a family heirloom. Would you expect your children, if you have any, to melt it into something new? Is this something your family does?
Oh, I don't plan on having any kids, but it is precious to me. I can try to find a steel cane for you if you'd like. If I hear of anything, I can let you know.
Yes. Oh, this would be great. You say it is precious for you. I'm assuming this is not something you would sell to me, no?
Perhaps I could consider it. Is that your warship out there?
Yes, you've seen it. I mean, it's hard to avoid, isn't it? It's quite large.
That is a beauty. I'm a captain myself.
You are a captain yourself of a similar vessel, or of something more normal, I would say.
Let's not call her normal, but
no,
not as grand as yours, to be honest.
How quickly could your ship do the Kessel Run? How many parsecs would it take if we are judging quality of ships?
Never heard of such a run.
Oh, it is good. It is by the Kessel Isles, just west of here.
So, if I could find you, in theory, a pure steel, is it a rapier specifically you're looking for?
The rapier, I believe, would be quite helpful. So, a cane perhaps for the future, but for the current research I'm doing, a cane, a rapier would be perfect.
And what would one pay for such a thing if I were to able to acquire it for you?
This is interesting. Obviously my reserves at the moment are somewhat small. A lot of my money is going into this large deal.
She
Would you
looks
be
like she
interested in being-
immediately loses interest.
No, please. But I am quite a wealthy man. There are many things I could do for you. Not here on Reka Isle, but back in Sweden, in Uppsala, in Stockholm. I do not know where you are based, but I myself am getting into the herring business now. I am buying some 100 tons of, no, maybe it was not 100. I think 30 tons of herring here today. What are you yourself in this sort of business? Do you trade in, or do you only work here as a barmaid?
I'm just working to get a little bit of extra coin while I'm here. I deal in the train oil. I
Train
buy from
oil.
her, I run it elsewhere, I sell it.
This is interesting. Well, would you be interested in taking part, helping on a large shipment of herring as well? I have the buyers already set up. I could cut you in on the deal. I don't care how much. This is a test for me more than a new thing. So I would happily cut you in at quite a large percentage if you are willing to take some aboard your vessel.
Why don't you roll me a manipulate?
I shall. I leveled up my manipulate with an extra point that I got from our lovely sponsors. Do I count, given that I'm the richest man in Sweden, as being famous enough that she would have heard of Galen Fiskera, super wealthy fishman?
I would let you roll your resource in place of manipulate.
Well, it's only based on my talent that gives me a +2 if someone's heard of me.
Oh, you have that one. Yeah, she would.
Yeah.
She would have heard of you. I would let that
All right.
apply.
Hey, anyone want to? How many blessed are there now? Anyone get some new ones?
There
to
are
replace those?
5 blessed, 2 cursed.
You mean there are 0 blessed?
Oh my
Ah.
gosh. You're gonna gut the blessed. Constance hasn't even gotten to the aisle yet.
All right, I'll use 2 of them. I'll use 2. 2 of them. I'll
I'm
leave you
just
with 3.
joking, Bill.
No, I'll just use 2. I'll roll. If I don't get a success, it's all
It's
your
on me.
fault.
It's on me.
I haven't got free
I'll
success
accept
anyway.
it.
I got a success.
A success. She leans down very closely to you, and she gestures for you to get close.
Yes. What is it?
Would you be willing to sponsor my ship on many such ventures? A business
look,
arrangement?
As long as you do not run away with the herring. Should I be this close? Maybe I'll lean back again. Hold on, wait.
No, that's fine. Because
No,
I
I'll go
have
back.
something.
Okay,
I have
I'll go
something
closer.
That should be discussed very quietly.
Okay, we're very quiet here.
I have something important that you'll want to know.
Yes. Well,
You
look, I will
offer
happily
me-
sponsor you for many trips as long as you do not run away with my herring.
And your word is good.
Absolutely. Oh, you can trust my word. I could sign a contract or something if you'd like. I do not mind.
I don't deal in legals, but I know some very
Hmm.
unfun characters that you do not want to cross if our deal is to be broken. Understood?
Oh, this is very good. I have my own such characters. Together we should keep each other in line very smoothly.
She leans back and she shakes your hand. She offers a hand.
Wah!
For you to shake.
Okay. Hello, I'm back. Yes, we will shake hands.
Okay. Business is good. Business is good. Well, this information that
Greed
I'm
is
going
good,
to
they
tell
say.
you, and she's gonna pull a knife from her belt, and she's going to tip the wine over on the tray. Don't drink that.
Oh, I
watch
was
your
never going
back.
to. I'm assuming it is poison.
Oh.
Bela hired me to try to capture you tonight for some reason.
Oh, this is
So-
interesting. Straight from the godmother.
Hmm.
Oh, I do like this. So she was to capture us. This is strange. There must be something more important than herring to the herring queen. That is her name, right? She is the herring queen. I think this is her title.
Herring Baron is her son Zacharias.
I am merely following this sort of maybe she is a herring marquess or something. I do not know. I think Baron is quite high. No, it's quite low. Why would you take Baron to be herring? Baron is fairly achievable. Why not a herring duke?
I don't know.
His
They have
family
a
is also-
strange hierarchy here.
Yeah,
Galen
so-
has ADHD.
No, not just me. So wait, sorry.
My guess is that they planned to learn as much as they could about your funds at dinner tonight, and then they were going to take you for
Yes.
everything that you were worth.
I do sometimes forget about the lack of foresight the criminal classes have. Yes.
So I would suggest perhaps you just leave before dinner tonight. And just please don't make a scene until I'm gone if you can. I've got a date tonight I'd like to try to make.
Oh, no, of course, we are business partners now. I will make sure not to blow your cover. Would you like me to pretend to be more knocked out than I am if someone knocks on the door? And I have
I'll
not made
just
it out.
say that you didn't bite. She had a backup plan for tonight.
Oh, good. You know what this backup plan is? Perhaps, in fact, no, you should say I did bite. You said if you can tell them that your plan worked perfectly, I shall maybe leave now. And this will save me from a backup plan I do not know is coming.
If I tell her that the plan worked, then I imagine those two oaf sons of hers are going to come try to drag you off.
Well, maybe give me 10 minutes. I will try and go out this window.
You could just go down the stairs and say it didn't bite, but you know what? No, I do care. I am invested.
Yes,
you
and
are my
right.
business.
There is a second plan to get me, which I do not know. I do not want them enacting plan B if they believe plan A is fine.
Plan B
Maybe
is
they
set
will-
for after dinner, and I imagine it's brute force. So how about you just go back to your warship and you leave?
Yes, this is maybe a good idea. Tell me, well, first of all, I need to acquire from you this rapier. Where is your ship? Give me a description of your ship. I will block it in my mind palace and find it myself.
My ship is docked quite towards the back. I don't have special privileges like a warship.
It is not privilege, but merely size. There are many ships before me in the line. They did not last.
I'll bring you the rapier tonight at dinner.
Okay, I will. I feel like I am walking into the
If
line.
you
then
insist
to
on
go to
staying
dinner.
around, or you can leave, and we can set a destination to meet.
No. Of course, if I leave, we do not finish this deal. We should at least get some herring if we can. Why not? If they,
You still want to do business with somebody who wants to kill you.
everybody wants to kill me. Maybe there is herring to be had.
She looks blown away. I don't think you have any more business here, Mr. Frascara.
Oh, I do not believe it would be legitimate.
I
but
don't-
At some point, there might
But
be
then
something
why
to take.
try?
Because I have a pirate ship. It has infused my soul with a
You're a
sense
pirate?
of adventure. I mean, I will be, hopefully, by the end of the night.
She lets out a big chuckle. Well, I can respect that. So you're robbing her.
I mean, look, it seems all bets are off.
Well, this just got exciting. Very well, I'm in.
Yes. Well, look, hopefully, I will expect. So you can drop off this rapier. Maybe you do need it while you are in for dinner. I will not strip you of your weapons if you do need them, but please drop it into the captain's quarters of my ship as soon as you are able. I may need it for some very particular business.
I'll have it sent over right away. And if you need me or my crew for any pirating, I have some experience.
If I need you, I will send you a message via cannon. It is the most effective thing. It is something I will take with me back to Uppsala.
You must be new to pirating.
Oh, new to pirating, of course. This may be day one, but I am not new to adventure, and I am not new to getting my way, so I think things will work out perfectly fine tonight.
You better not die on me, Mr. Frascara. I'm now very invested in you. I'll send the rapier to your ship.
And now you. I definitely hope you are the ally and not the adversary who was raised. And that this is a lovely quest for lovely relationship for future endeavors. All right, goodbye. Maybe you are right. I will make my way downstairs and.
I'm telling you, you did drink the poison or not. I'm telling them you drank the poison or no.
Let us see. You tell them I drank the poison. I will go out the window.
Very well.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Is the window big enough for Galen to get out?
How
Yeah.
big do you think Galen is?
So you're on the 3rd floor.
Let me check if I have rope in my inventory. Wait, hold on one moment, please. I just must.
You
I must
bought
check my
like the
inventory.
entire list, so
Let me just- no, I did not buy many things this time because I needed a big
because you
boat.
bought the ship. That's right.
No, it is right. I do not know how I would. Wait, there is a bed in this room. There are many. I could make a little rope out of bed sheets and land on my horse. Yes, this is fine. You tell them. Tell them I began to sip at the wine, but may take some time to finish it. And then they can come in like an hour, I'll be dead. Or knocked out or whatever it is they want.
She looks around your room and then she shrugs and nods.
It is
I
good.
hope-
Do not worry.
I hope you haven't read too many storybooks, Mr. Foscara.
This is all I have done.
With that, she'll leave.
Yeah, let's try some bed sheets together, baby.
Excellent. All right. So you're trying to go out the window.
Yep.
What can we have you roll for this?
You don't need a roll. I don't need a roll. I've made
Oh,
my
you
roll.
definitely need a roll.
No, you know what? Free success.
Free success?
I got a success.
We don't need a roll.
Don't even come up with the roll. I'm
Oh.
getting out the window with
All
my
right.
rolled up blankets and I land on a horse and I float right away.
Fantastic. Right down to your horse, and Galen is riding off.
Back to
All
the
right.
dock, back to the ship where I am safe.
We are going to go to Constance next, but now feels like a good time for a break. So before we jump over to Constance, we're going to take a quick 10 to 15-minute rest. So please stick around, everybody. We will be back shortly. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for giving us a few minutes to take a breather. We are back with Vaesen, and Galen has just crawled out the window using some bed sheets and
Oh yeah.
pulled the classic room escape. But we're going to pan away from that for a second, and we are going to jump over to Constance, because Constance is on a boat on her way to Graveyard
On her way back
Isle.
from Graveyard Isle, where it all went great, and she learned so much information.
Yeah,
and
just recount all
it's-
the things that she learned.
yeah,
Oh man, that's excellent. All right. So here's our map I'm pulling up. We had Constance on Wrecker Isle, but Constance, you were taking a boat all the way over here to Graveyard Isle. So a little bit a ways from the group, splitting the party pretty dramatically. So you grabbed a boat with some fishermen, and we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead. Your boat trip to Graveyard Isle does go pretty uneventfully. Weather
other
is
than
pretty
her
clear.
seasickness.
Yeah, other than your seasickness. This ship is bumpier than the last. They take a lot more frequent stops to do some fishing runs and drop some nets and do some things. And but you do eventually get to Graveyard Isle, which isn't as grim looking as it sounds. It is pretty rocky. Like the ship has to really slow down and take a minute to maneuver in there to get a good landing spot. And it's pretty barren for the most part, but they set down by a very small little dock and let you off. And you can see that just a little ways up from the dock, there is a pathway leading to one lone house.
There's just one house out here.
Just one house that you can see at the moment.
Oh,
Oh, little
okay.
Graveyard Isle.
I know. Poor Orvar, who just lives out here by himself. I don't know. I guess
He
some
doesn't live
people
in the
like
house.
that. Okay, I double check with the captain what time I need to be back because we are on that tight deadline.
Yeah, he said that he will give you about 45 minutes. They're going to go do a fishing run right around here, and they're going to be back to pick you up.
Wow, that is very tight. Okay.
Quick.
Yeah. All right. I waste no time then, and I go trotting off toward the house.
All
I
right.
did pack my fine wines.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, so you head up to this door. It's a pretty humble little shack. It just looks like a very small, maybe enough room for like a kitchen and a basic bedroom. Still nicer than Alfred's that you stayed at last mystery, but pretty simple, pretty small. And there's a wooden door.
I will listen first.
Okay. Yeah, you feel like you can hear some snoring on the inside.
What time? It's like middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Prepared for the probably inevitable tirade, she braces herself and knocks loudly.
No, we don't want any. Go.
I
Screw
seem to
off.
remember you asking for this specifically. You enjoyed it quite a bit last night, if I recall. And she'll like clink the bottle against the door a little bit.
Yeah, as soon as like the bottle clinks, almost like unnatural speed, that door is open. And you see Orvar. I'll pull up some art so we can remember what Orvar looks like, in case you missed it from the recap. Boom, there's Orvar.
Happy
Yeah.
and welcoming and warm.
He cracks the door, and as soon as the door opens up, you can just smell like pure gasoline type smell wafting through the door. The alcohol is so heavy. Sounds like it's just been smells like it's been fermenting in that small little shack. And his eyes are a little bit crossed. The one that I order for the delivery.
I seem to remember negotiating a trade. You were to give me more information about the sea witch, as you called
Shh,
them, her.
don't say that name out here.
You told me not to say it there.
Come inside. Come inside.
All right. She'll pull out her handkerchief and like kind of hold it up to her nose and step inside.
He kind of stumbles towards the door and looks around very suspiciously, and then he closes the door behind him. Inside, there's like a kitchen table, a little kitchen area with a bed and a chamber pot, and nothing much else in this room. Pretty dirty, not the most welcoming entrance, but there is a chair to sit down, and he comes walking in. He'll gesture to a chair for you.
Guest in my home, take a seat.
Thank you. Okay.
You caught me a bit on the sober side. I'd like to
How
fix that.
Lucky for me. Right, but first, information and she,
Wine
like,
first.
taps the bottle.
I feel myself getting undrunk, and if I get undrunk, the voices start coming back.
Fine. Part now, part later.
He greedily holds out hands for a bottle.
I'll look around for a cup. Is there anything?
There's none.
All right. Fine, but only part of it. I will be watching, and I will take it away if I think you've had too much before you give me my information. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, just give it over.
All right, I'll hand it to him.
Grabs it and he takes a couple really big gulps. Can see it like bulge down his throat. He's drinking it so fast and hungrily. And then he stops and shakes it.
Enough for later.
Yes, that seems adequate. Now,
That's
tell
better.
me about the thing I'm not
You're the
supposed to
fool
mention.
who doesn't know about the new moon.
Yes, I'm
Which-
hoping to get back off the sea before that time.
Well, the new moon's tonight.
Yes, I'm
New
aware.
moon's tonight, and she thirsts.
Oh,
She
no.
thirsts for more.
And are you talking about the switch?
Sea witch? No. The sea beast hungers on the new moon. Gonna consume us all if it's not fed.
What kind of beast are you talking about?
Who are you? What brings you to Graveyard Isle? You feel special. You feel different.
Could I maybe look? Well, I guess there aren't really any visible signs of Thursday's children, are there? Typically.
Yeah,
Okay.
not really. Sometimes you can like get a sense for him, but that's on chance meetings sometimes.
Could I negotiate my way into using my sixth sense, maybe? To kind of like
Is your sixth sense more than once per mystery?
Yeah, it's just when I make investigation tests and I have extra successes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's to sense a Vaesen or if magic is present.
Yeah, so I'm asking if I can sort of loosely define magic maybe as getting Thursday's children vibes.
Okay,
If not,
okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, I would allow it. Go ahead and roll me that investigation.
One success. I didn't get any extra successes, so I guess
You
I'll leave
do
that up to you.
feel a similar connection to that when you met Katrina and Robert and Galen. He feels a bit special.
Okay. I think I am like you. in
Like
a way.
me? What makes you think you're like me?
Well, I can probably guess at why you keep yourself in a constant state of stupor. The voices you mentioned.
Mm, never good enough. Just never enough. You're here to stop the Adminsons. Hmm?
If that if that seems to be necessary, then yes.
Well, I'm here to help you kill that sea witch Zacharias. Because he can go burn in the depths of the fiery seas.
Why do you have it out for Zacharias?
Because he's the sea witch. The sea
Oh.
child. And the Adminsons, that's not a Baylor's boy. Found him at sea, she did.
How do you know this?
How do I know this? Because I used to be a wrecker like them. I was a competitor. They were always taking all the good wrecks, and then when that damn boy showed up, bringing all the sea serpents around, and everything went to hell. My business, I ran out of things to do. But I will be truthful. That he's brought some glorious things to these isles.
Like all the herring.
The herring. The herring. Everybody's so focused on the damn herring that they don't even see that there's a god amongst the seas following that boy.
Have you seen this? God?
Have I seen the god? I've seen its city, Deep Reef, and I wish it could take me there. But I think to go there, I need to kill that boy. And you're gonna help me kill that boy, right?
Sorry. Yeah, the little Galen pops up on Constance's shoulder. It's like, yeah, kill the boy. As I said, we will do what's necessary.
Yo ho, the sails are low. Bend my teeth and take me to the deep reef.
Don't do it. It's a trap. Don't bend his teeth.
Sorry, I wandered off in thought there for a moment.
Why do you want to go down there?
Because that's the city of God, ma'am. That's where God resides, and I want her to take me there.
Could I try and observe if it seems like, in addition to him being obviously drunk, if he seems like ensorcelled in some way?
Yeah, observation.
I'm gonna use a 1 blessed dice to negate my penalty right now. And it doesn't matter.
Hard to tell.
Okay.
Which one to push?
I do have a free push. Sure, I'll push it. Ooh, that last, I know these are just 3D computer dice, but that last one like tipped to a 6, like it was like it felt very dramatic. 1 success.
He doesn't seem ensorcelled. He does seem very genuine in his beliefs, though. He seems so genuinely admiring of this god that he thinks it exists. You can see longing in his eyes to get there.
And why is killing Zacharias the key to getting there? Why can't you just sink or drown or something?
Because the goddess is blind to everything when he's around. he's got her favor and he doesn't deserve it. So I'm gonna take her favor. You're gonna help me do it, right? We're gonna put I got some special things from somebody far away. Come here. He's gonna gesture, he's gonna stand, he's gonna walk over to a fireplace. He's gonna move a brick from the fireplace, and there's a little compartment tucked behind it with just a thin little wooden box, and he's gonna pull it out. He's gonna open up the box and show you, and you can see it looks like there's some very dark, shiny rifle ammunition. Now, I spoke to a priest about how to kill that sea child, and one of these between his forehead should do it.
Did you speak to, oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name. Father,
Hedquist.
did you speak to Father Hedquist?
Father Hedquist? No. Father Hedquist, I'm pretty sure, was a tribute to the god.
Definitely.
Every new moon, he takes someone there. And tonight, I'm gonna put a bullet, with your help, between that boy's eyes, and I'm gonna give the sacrifice.
Orvar knows how to manifest something. If he just says it enough times that I'm gonna help, then it's gotta be true.
Who knows the secret?
May I examine those?
He pulls them back greedily and snaps the box shut. Let's make a plan first. You even know how to shoot, ma'am?
She rolls her eyes and flashes her revolver that is at her hip.
He waves a finger. Just because someone's packing it doesn't mean they know how to unpack it.
That might be so, but don't you trust me, who sees currently one of everything more than you?
You see Deep Reef right now?
No, I'm talking about being sober. I can see straight to shoot.
Shoot his collection of precious antique cans. That'll get him.
Okay. Prove it! Shoot something!
Over. Shoot over.
Hold on. Wait a minute. He's gonna chug the rest of the wine.
Yeah.
And he holds out a finger as he just like takes a really ridiculously long gulp.
Oh, can I? Oh, he's still, wait, where's the box?
He's holding it in his other hand.
Dang it. Okay.
No, I guess he's holding it probably in front of you with a finger up.
Shoot his finger.
Now
Now I've drunk this wine. I'll be numb for when you shoot my finger
Okay,
off. Go for it.
I wanna okay. I guess I'll shoot I don't know what's even in here. I don't want to shoot inside his house because
He finishes the wine. All right, now I'm gonna put this on the fireplace. You shoot that bottle.
you want me to shoot into your hearth.
What, you scared?
No, but this is your house.
There's gonna be more than my house that gets shot when a skull gets pierced, ma'am. Shoot the bottle.
Shoot the bottle. Shoot the bottle. Shoot the bottle.
All right. I will try to shoot the bottle.
Yeah.
All right, make a ranged combat.
Oh gosh, I don't have okay, the pistol doesn't give you bonus dice, it just does damage, right? Am I
I
okay?
believe so.
I've never shot a gun.
Pistol says it has a bonus of 2.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. Not close combat. Ranged combat. Bonus of 2. We've got some blessed dice. Oh, should I use cursed dice on a shot? No, that feels
That's hilarious.
crazy.
We have to save those. We have to save those cursed dice for when we kill Zach.
Yeah, Yeah, okay, that's a good call. Okay, I'll use 2 of the blessed dice. There's 2 successes.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you get that bottle not only very precisely, but without too much collateral damage to the home. It's very loud. Orvar stumbles back. Whoa! Why is your gun so loud? That's a nice
There.
shot, though. Were you
Thank
picturing Zacharias's forehead?
No, I was picturing the bullets that I am now going to examine. And she reaches out for the box again.
Yeah, he'll hand it to you. All right, all right.
I'll take a look.
Now, the way that I understand it is that he's a child of a sea serpent. And their head's only going to be pierced by the finest of steels. So if you were to shoot him with any other bullet, it's only going to make him grow larger and consume everything in an everlasting fury.
Let's do
So
that.
you make sure that you use one of those and you put it between his forehead.
And then this goddess is just going to what?
I've seen her with my own eyes. She's so beautiful, ma'am.
What does she look like?
She glows like the perfect light of a sunset, reflecting off the top of waves. And she makes you feel like your heart is lit ablaze. And just she shows up on that tiny little magical island. It only shows up on the new moon. And
The island.
although it's horrific to see her just tear people apart on that little island, something so beautiful about it. And then you can see her swim down into her golden city. I've seen it beneath the waves. It's not on no map. Nobody knew how to map heaven. But it's
But
beneath
if it's
the
not on
waves
no map, then it must be on a map.
at Deep Reef.
In Deep Reef. Is that your name for it?
Yeah, I wrote the song that I was singing too.
Oh, that's very creative. Where, I know it's not mapped, but where is this island near? Is it closer to
I'm glad
Wrecker
you
Isle?
asked because you're gonna go meet me there. You see, this is my plan, ma'am.
Oh, you have a plan.
I have a plan. I've been thinking about it for months. I just needed an angel of death to show up, and I knew you were her as soon as I saw her in that inn. I didn't.
So flattering.
Constance has received a great many compliments. Very many of them very colorful and descriptive and vivid. Never has she been called an angel of death.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head back to Wrecker Isle today, and you're not gonna. And I'm gonna tell any friends that you've got there because this is gonna clear your name. Because no offense, ma'am, you're not coming to heaven with me. You're not going there. It's mine. I knew that this was happening. So you'll put Zacharias down for me and you'll be praised forevermore. And when I have blessings, I will pass them on to you. But I'm going to tell people there that you died, that you crashed on Graveyard Isle here, because that happens sometimes. And people will think that I wrecked you, and I can take that on my reputation because I used to do it. And it's going to anger Abela because she's going to think that I'm messing in her wrecker business again. And then I'm going to go tell her, and I'm going to let her catch me because they need to sacrifice tonight for the new moon. So I'm going to be that sacrifice. And I'm going to take you to Deep Reef, and you're going to hide there. And then when they take me there to sacrifice me, you're going to put a bullet between Zacharias' eyes. And we're going to sacrifice that damn mother of his.
So just to be clear, you're not going to be sacrificed. You're going to pose as the sacrifice.
You see, there's
And-
something that they call in the fishing business, ma'am. It's called bait. I'm going to be...
I'm familiar with the term. Thank you very much. and then you want me to shoot Zacharias, and then we're going to what? Push Abela into the water? How does the sacrificing ritual work? If you've seen it.
It's a bit horrific. You gotta spike someone on a sacrificial altar there, and then God comes up and takes him away in a gruesome display of violence, and then takes the remains down to her golden city. And then those that gave the sacrifice are blessed. I don't know why that chose to control Herring from it is a waste. They should go down to her domain with her. Let me breathe the sea. Let me see that golden city for myself. That's the blessing that I'm going to take from a Bala's sacrifice. And then when I get more, I'll pay it back to you, ma'am.
And
My angel of death, I will make sure that you get the next blessing.
that is so thoughtful of you. Perhaps, so you're going to Wrecker Isle later tonight, then? Is that
Right now, as soon as we're done with this conversation. Well, that's not true. We're going to go on my boat and I'm going to take you to Deep Reef and then I'm going back to Wrecker Isle.
I see. This is a lot to absorb.
What is breeding the sea?
Breathing the sea.
Breathe.
Breathe.
It's very different.
Very
Yes.
different.
Extremely different.
Visceral reaction.
I did not. I heard breathe. So I love that Chase and I were just like, yeah,
Just go
okay.
with it.
Meanwhile,
Okay,
chat
breathe.
and everyone is like,
We're like, how is this normal?
No.
What's going on?
oh,
I hated
my.
that. Because Justin says it was maximum uncomfy.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to change the context dramatically with one word.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I did come here on a ship, as you might imagine. They were planning on taking me back, so I should probably, at the very least, leave word.
I'll go with you. I'll tell them that we're going to go on a little adventure.
I
They
think
trust-
perhaps
They
you
trust
should...
Orvar.
Oh, all right. I don't doubt that at all. However, I am the one that hired them, so I would appreciate it if you would let me do the explaining.
Sure, ma'am.
Why don't you
Never been
just-
a good one with words, but that's going to change, I imagine.
I am quite certain that if nothing else, there will be a lot of change tonight.
She inspires me to poetry. She does.
I'm all right. Why don't I let you go to your ship and I will meet you there?
I'm parked down at the dock, ma'am. We can go together.
Great.
I don't know if I caught your name, but maybe it's best if I don't know it. I gotta tell them who died, though. I mean,
Yes.
fake died, but they're gonna know.
Yes, I understand how lying works. Danny, you can tell them.
Danny, all right. Let's go, Miss Danny.
All right.
You don't lose those bullets. That's the 5 chances that we got. There's
5. Okay.
bullets.
Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully I don't need all 5.
Make it count. Right between the forehead. Like I said.
All right. Let's not talk about shooting people as we're approaching this unassuming ship.
You got it. Fishing trip. All right, he'll follow you.
All right. Man, I was kind of thinking of trying to reason with this guy, but I think that's literally impossible. So I'm just gonna let him kind of roll on. He's on a mission from God. And I'll like go to his ship first and kind of like drop him off there. I don't want him coming to the normal people ship with me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start getting things ready. Yo,
the sails. And he starts singing that song
Get
again.
out of here.
Yeah, and Constance just turns and leaves.
It's going to be stuck in
Um,
Constance's head for the rest of the day, though.
Okay, she'll go to the other ship. Well, I guess I'm assuming they're going to be back soon, or if they're not back, I guess I forgot that they went off fishing.
Yeah.
Are they here?
No.
Oh my
Isn't they're gonna be back in
gosh.
about 45 minutes?
Where's
He probably
Justin
spent, like,
Kapow?
20.
Where's Justin Kapow when I need him? Hey, Justin, just shoot a message over to them, would you? Please and thank you.
It is going to take Orvar a while to get his boat ready, though. So they will show up as he's probably near finishing
Oh,
his
okay.
preparations.
Okay,
Right.
okay. Cool.
Fair.
Then okay, I think actually I think that Constance kind of suspects that this god he's talking about is a mermaid, but could I maybe make a learning check to like sort of mentally roll through what what Galen has shared with us? Do I know any? I guess
you know,
we at
you
least
should know, I
researched
think-
the initial stuff, right?
Yeah, you should know everything other than the banishment ritual, which now you basically know because this dude told you.
Yeah. Okay. So
Because he didn't frame it as a banishment ritual. It's not much of a ritual. Kill him with metal.
yeah, kill him with a steel. So yeah, I want to just sort of mentally kind of walk through like does this match up with what I've heard so far?
Yeah, I mean, you know the information you know about mermaids. So, I mean, it checks out.
Okay.
Could also match up with the Selkie.
Something
You
of
got some
Selkie.
information on Selkies as well.
Okay. But mermaids were the only
Reading the
things.
sea would sound a lot like a Selkie.
Mermaids were the only ones where sea children were mentioned, right?
Yeah.
I believe. Okay.
I believe so.
Well, it does say some
I can-
Selkies enter into dalliances with humans.
Is Chase trying to make us doubt everything?
Nah.
I'm
It'd be
pretty sure it's a
silly if it
mermaid.
was a
I'm just
Selkie.
trying to be thorough.
We'd have to wait for someone to be like, there's a big fat seal somewhere. And be like, there, it's a Selkie.
Yeah. Yeah. And the mermaid lives in a palace at the bottom of the sea. So yeah.
Who lives in a palace at the bottom of the sea?
Okay.
Y'all, I really hope that we aren't gonna run into a kraken.
It could
I
be a
think
kraken.
it's a mermaid.
Yeah,
and
but
I
the
think
mermaids needs to
kraken
have a pet.
Yeah. I
There's
think
going to be a
it's-
kraken.
Yeah. Okay.
One
Well,
of these
either
islands
way-
is going to get up.
Mhm.
I
I will
think
wait.
the island you're going to is going to be the kraken.
Yeah, the
Oh,
island
that's
that
why it
appears
only
to just sit on the
appears
head
on
of
the new
a
moon.
kraken.
Oh.
The
They're
deep
literally
reef.
going to the island to feed something.
She's just sitting
Yikes.
on the head of a kraken.
Mhm.
Yikes. Okay. Cool. Can't wait to go. All right, I'll wait for the ship and I will tell them
That you're going with Orvar?
Yeah, are they fine with that?
Are you sure, ma'am? Are you in any sort of trouble? We can just go right now. We can outpace his ship. It's
Oh
shitty,
no,
for
it's
lack of
nothing
better
like
word.
that. I am in a great deal of trouble, but Orvar doesn't have a lot to do with it.
Ma'am,
And
if
there's
you're in a
nothing
great
that you
deal
can
of
do.
trouble, I don't know if Orvar is going to be the one to fix it.
Oh, he's most certainly not going to fix it.
So why are you going with him?
It's a very long story and I don't wish to explain myself. However, I do still you can of course stick to your regular schedule and not return early as I had originally requested, or for your troubles, my employer can still compensate you for bringing me out here.
Ma'am, he puts a hand on your shoulder. I don't mean to I don't even know if Orvar has the manual dexterity to get you out of these rocks without putting you at the bottom of the sea. I'll leave it
He's-
alone at that. I just wanted to get my opinion out there.
He seems to make it over to Wrecker Isle quite often for drinks. So I assume he has that much dexterity.
Suppose so. If you
I
feel good
appreciate
about
your
it, ma'am.
concern. Oh, no, I absolutely do not, but it is necessary, and I'm done explaining myself. Thank you very much for your concern. It is noted, and I must go anyway. Good luck, and if you wish for additional compensation, you may send a kapow message to this ship. I have to say bye to my husband really quick. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
We only take compensation
Everyone say
in the
bye to
form of
Zach.
steel
Bye,
bullets.
Zach.
Bye,
Bye.
Zach.
And as the fishermen sail away, they wave fondly to a pack of seals sitting on a rock out in the middle
Ah,
of the
Zoki!
No, don't do that.
Suddenly, a strange man with a violin appears in the water, playing it.
Riding on a horse.
He's riding on a horse. Also, the dragons are back.
ocean.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go with Orvar and his stupid ship and hopefully not die before seeing where we're going.
Oh, ma'am, I'm so excited to show you this. Make sure that you keep your eyes on the waves as we approach. It's going to be a
Alright.
minute, but just look into the water. Look real deep into the water as if you're trying to see the bottom. And it's going to bring tears to your eyes when you see it. I promise you that.
Chase, before I
Mhm.
get on here, I would like to put in some eye drops.
Okay. Yeah.
Dragon's horde down there.
I don't know what mermaid magic does. And she knows about covering her ears already, but she doesn't know if looking at this stuff is like gonna do anything or, and we've got it. She's got it. Better to be safe than sorry.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So 2 drops. Are you doing both eyes?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
Am I gonna just like look at it?
Well, you get a bonus per eye, so
I'm a
you can do
pirate.
1 eye if you want to and conserve drops.
Oh, well,
You could pirate mode it for.
I don't have an eye
efficiency.
patch. I would if I did have an eye patch, but I don't. I didn't have that kind of foresight.
Okay.
I'll put both.
excellent.
I'll put 2 drops in my eyeballs.
Okay. Yeah, you put the drops in, they feel that nice cold sensation over your slightly ember eyes, which actually kind of more ember than normal since you recently used your medallion. All right, and you head off to the north. I don't think he actually ever showed you on the map where it was, right?
I asked him, and he was like, "I will sail you there myself."
Okay.
So
Yeah, just
not my
just
fault,
make sure.
Chase. I tried to find out.
All right. So he is going to sail you way up over here.
Oh my!
Wow.
A pretty nice sailing trip. You imagine you're probably going to miss dinner at this point.
Oh no!
I didn't know it would take this long.
No!
You didn't know. He didn't tell you.
Oh my gosh, I hate Orvar.
All right, and are you looking into the ocean as he told you to do?
I guess. I mean,
Touch the
I've gone this far. I've
bones.
missed dinner. We might as well see the freaking mermaid palace.
All right, yeah. So you're sailing away, and the sun is still up, but as you start sailing north, it seems like the sun starts to set at such a rapid pace that you feel like you can almost see it going down. And as you look into the water, it looks like the sun swirls into rainbows in the reflection of the water. And the boat sails off
Oh,
into dark
I cover
waters.
my ears. I cover my ears.
Cover your ears, okay.
Yeah.
Boat sails off into dark waters with no guiding light but the stars and the brilliant band of the Milky Way, which just suddenly appeared in the sky. The moon is nowhere to be seen, as if swept out of the sky, and the last dying rays of the evening sun glow faintly on the western horizon. The cliffs and isles of the archipelago cower around you like dark shadows against the glittering water. As hours go by, because it is a pretty long sailing trip as you're going by here, the pink horizon turns into purple before it dwindles and fades. The bow of the vessel cuts relentlessly through the waves. You pass the last of the islands and find yourself alone in the vast black sea. The breeze is gentle, and the reflection of the stars glitters on the surface of the water, erasing the line between sea and sky. A glowing light suddenly appears in the water around you. A symphony of sea fire in turquoise, blue, and green dances around you in the vessel, so brightly that it hurts your eyes. In the depths below, a wondrous sight emerges. A huge palace of gold and silver, with slender arches and narrow towers, shimmering deep down at the bottom of the sea. The sight bewitches your senses, making you want to slip silently into the water and swim down into the deep, never to return. Because you use the eye drops, I'm going to let you make an observation test here.
Yes.
Observation.
Sick.
Do you have you used your free success?
I have not. I have not used it yet. Observation. Observation.
And remember, the eye drops, I think, gives you a +6 since you used it in both eyes.
Dang!
Nice. Okay.
I'm looking for 2 successes here.
You got 12 dice.
Right. 2 successes on the money.
Nice.
2 successes on the money. This is a truly beautiful sight. You have never seen something so magical on this scale that feels so close. It is the most beautiful city you've ever seen. It reflects off the water. It's a true wonder of the world. Like, you feel lucky in your heart to be able to experience it. It's hard to focus on anything else, but you are able to keep it together. And
What's Orvar doing?
you hear Orvar whistling. You can feel the boat slowing. And he starts singing a song again. Yo ho,
Oh no.
Ma'am is stunned by the beauty of God. She thinks she's helping, but we're gonna take her. And you feel him creeping up behind you, and you
Oh
hear
my
some
gosh.
things rattling. You have your wills about you, though. But he's seeming like he doesn't think you do.
Okay.
Shoot this man.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, miss. I know it's a bit entrancing, and the first time I saw it, I almost nearly drowned, and I'm really sorry that I had to lie to you like this, but Zacharias isn't going to be showing up tonight. I already made sure of that, and
Okay.
I need a sacrifice.
You were right.
I was right.
Okay. Okay. I don't think he's not magical though. I mean, well, like he didn't give me mermaid vibes.
No,
So,
it's just a dude who loves
Yeah,
mermaids.
okay. I don't need the steel bull. Okay, Boomer. I'm really stressed out right now. I can't handle you and Chase both. Okay. I'm going to just I guess I'll try to shoot him,
Yeah.
but I have my amulet too. And
gotta do
honestly,
the-
Oh,
Your
that's
amulet is
true.
burning like
yeah,
fire.
I
in your
gotta do
pocket.
the amulet, man.
No, do the Tom Cruise collateral hip
I
shot.
only roll 3 dice with my gun. Well,
You
actually,
got a
5.
+2. 5 dice and you got a free success. You haven't used it yet. Bang! Right through the butt.
Now it feels
Kick in the
more
butt.
Constance to lean on the
Could
amulet.
annihilate him with that
Yeah.
amulet.
That's maybe
Alright.
okay. She's gonna she's gonna like wait just a second and then just turn, and she doesn't even know what's gonna happen from the amulet. She just turns and lets it fly. Full power, maximum power.
All right. With maximum power, this feels very similar to the time that Swine was throwing people around the house. You feel your life in imminent danger, and you feel just a very strong connection to this amulet, like it wants to protect you. In almost a sinister kind of way, like it is like a dangerous rage that you feel in your pocket. You can choose any number of dice. You can choose to roll as many
50.
D6s as
Oh
you
my
want.
gosh.
Do,
I
do
love
as
and
ma- do
hate
100.
when Chase does this. Do
That
100
is-
dice.
Do 100.
Yeah, why
No,
not? What's
well,
the worst thing that could happen?
I could
Tori?
destroy the boat, and then I am truly stuck out here and get sacrificed anyway.
100.
So
I would do 100.
I'm just really curious for what happens with 100.
Look, When do you ever get to roll that many?
I'm
You
not
have, this is
gonna-
the
I'm not
only
gonna roll
chance in
100
the
dice.
history of Vaesen that anyone will ever roll 100 d6, and you're gonna squander that opportunity.
He gave you any number.
Oh
He said
my
any
gosh.
number.
Eddie.
I'm
You
gonna
have
break-
to set
I'm gonna break
Vaesen history.
Chase, if I roll 100 dice, I'm gonna die.
Roll 100 dice.
Roll 200.
No, that's crazy.
Why stop that?
It's getting out of hand. Out of hand. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pick a skill in general since I can add the bonus dice. So I'm picking ranged combat. Obviously, that's not what I'm doing. I'm gonna roll.
Just a
Gosh,
smooth, just a cool
this is
70.
A chill
70?
76.
Just a relaxed, like 76 trombones. It's a sign.
You guys
Because
are
your
not
favorite musical
helpful.
is
You
the
guys are
Music Man.
you guys are worse than Chase. I'm gonna roll. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna
Just do 2.
I'm gonna roll 20. How's 20?
27. Well, okay, I want to point out to you, Tori,
What?
that Matt has rolled approximately 80 dice tonight with 0 successes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
100 just feels really safe.
But
I'm
I
looking
Right.
out for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
20 is nothing.
no, I'm gonna roll 20.
Okay.
I don't want to destroy the ship.
Okay.
I need Constance to make it out of this,
Mhm.
not
So,
just suicide.
When you do
bullet
this, make sure that you click your sheet and then click roll, and then put the bonus dice at 20 so that we get the successes pointed out
Yeah.
for us.
Well, it's 17.
Yeah.
You got 3.
Yeah, yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
If there's 0 successes, I'm gonna laugh my ass
You don't
off.
get a success.
Okay,
Five
I got a few.
successes.
Yeah.
5 successes.
That feels like a
Okay.
good number of successes.
All right. 5 successes. You feel Orvar right behind you, and he's got some sort of chain that he whips in front of your neck like he's about to strangle you with it. And you pull on that amulet, and you just feel like you can manifest fire. And why
wanna
don't you
just
tell me?
blow him off
Why don't you
the
tell me
ship.
how you burn Orvar alive?
I think it's like, I mean, yes, he obviously is gonna burn up, but like I think it's more like propulsion. Like he's just like it's like an explosion. He's just blasted off the ship. Like fired out a cannon.
Off again.
Nice. So it's like just like a rocket blast of fire towards Orvar.
Yeah, and her eyes are just like a flame practically from the ember color, and she says she says, "Go see them for yourself," and blasts him off the ship. And I think it's probably pretty wild because it's all colorful and stuff, and the flame is like bright and crazy, and then he just instantly lands in the water, so there's like all this smoke right away. It's just like, it's a lot.
Looks like
Nice,
that
I love
scene
it.
in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf is fighting with the Balrog, and it has that super zoomed out shot of the lake as he's falling in a big
Mhm.
flaming pile down
Oh.
to the water. Is that?
Yeah, because
but
she
with
blasted
Orvar.
him like up to like it was like a
Yeah.
big, it was just
Yeah.
was
And as you turn on, it's almost kind of slow motion as that blast charges up for a moment. You can see fire swirling around you that you feel like you can just wield like a weapon. Orvar's eyes get wide. You feel like you can see your own reflection in his eyes of just your entire body burning, your eyes burning. And he just looks in shock right before he blasts away. "Oh, you're the goddess. It's you." And then he just gets blasted away and incinerated. And as you throw that power at him, you feel like the world, which is dark, the sun is down, the stars are up. You feel like your vision ignites so brightly that it looks like daytime to you. And you see everything so clearly. You can see the ripples in the waves. You can see that city so vibrant beneath you. The blast that blew Orvar away looks like it blasted a good chunk out of the ship as well. And the ship is starting to burn. It's not like completely up in flames, but you definitely damaged the ship and it is burning.
See,
And-
guys, see what would have happened with 100 dice?
You would have
No,
gone
it's
out in a
just that-
blaze of glory? Is that
It's
is
just
that
that
what
you
you're
needed
complaining
6
about?
successes.
Oh,
This is all because you only
Yeah.
got 5 successes.
okay, that's true.
You notice as you kind of come to terms with your surrounding again that when you grabbed that amulet, there's no chain in your hand anymore from it. But when you open your palm again, it looks like that amulet has fused into your palm.
Oh
it's
my
Look at
part of
what
you
the
now.
hubris has gotten you.
Man, you used a lot of dice,
Wow.
Tori. Did you consider using less?
You could have probably just used
Okay.
like 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had a free success on hand, you could have rolled 0.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mhm.
I didn't walk into a warehouse without a lantern, okay? And then immediately almost die. All right? So I want to hear it.
So, Constance, you are standing on a boat that has had a chunk blasted out of it that is on fire. You see nothing around you except for a very small island. I mean, it's maybe like 20 feet around. It just looks kind of like the top of a reef. There's no vegetation or anything on top of it. There is one flat stone with what appears to be a log almost thing with a hook on the end of it, just out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh,
And
this
that's where we're
may be
gonna wrap for the
sacrifice.
session.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
We'll go ahead and we will wrap up there. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back next week to see probably the conclusion of this mystery.
Yeah,
We're
probably.
going to be jumping back to the
Or
rest of the
alternatively, the conclusion of this entire investigation party.
Conclusion of Constance.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting either way. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. Before we head on out for the night, I want to give one more big thank you to our players this evening. Let's go ahead, go around the table. Tell us where you can be found on the internet. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Bill, how about you?
Bill, go and check out Escape This Podcast. If you like puzzles, go and check out Solve This Murder. If you like murder mysteries, go and check out Play This Game on Twitch, Play This Game _live. If you like games and things. So those are the 3 big things you can check out. Go do all of them. Bye.
It's good stuff. Recommend. Matt, where can you be found?
Yeah, I'm Matt, Improv and RPG. Thank you very much.
Fantastic content from Matt. Check it out. Tori, M, and myself are part of the Level 1 Geek team, along with Katie behind the scenes here. Tori, M, anything you guys want to add? Any announcements?
Nothing special for me.
I am stressed. That's all.
Noted. Good announcement. Awesome. I just want to give one more thank you to you guys, chat. Thanks so much for all the interactions and the chatting. It's so fun to have you guys be a part of all of this. It just really takes these sessions to the next level. Thank you for helping us do what we love to do. We appreciate you very much. I don't have any other announcements. We will try our very best to be back next week, fingers crossed, to finish this up. And until then, everybody can go take a long rest. Don't go out with a drunken stranger on a boat in the middle of the ocean. It could be dangerous, I've heard. And we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.